Oh God, I love you, Ebola Chan. Oh, but you need to move over because I've got a new waifu. I've got the new woo flu. Oh, Corona's my girl now. Oh, she's the one dealing out death and destruction around the globe. How are you doing, Chad? Hopefully you don't have any cough or cold symptoms. Otherwise, you're going to get stuck in a cage. I'm going to have to call the Chinese authorities. You're going to lose some social credit points. You're going to be hauled off to a camp. There are unconfirmed reports, or I should say, I just said it. But you know what? At this point, it might as well be believable if you've been keeping up with the news regarding everything going on in the glorious land of China. All the dragon people are up to some shenanigans. Currently doing some terrible things over there. I know. We shouldn't get too excited. Every time we get super excited, nothing ever happens. That's the thing I've always heard. We had MERS, Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome. What did that affect? 2,500 people? Had a 30 to 40% kill count. Then we had SARS, which was sudden acute respiratory syndrome. And that was 8,500 people affected. Only around a 10% kill count. Then there's good old Ebola Chan. Just, doing what she does. Spreading love around the world. Well, love or mirth, happiness, joy to some people. I mean, we did have a good time with that one. The kill count might not have been great with Ebola Chan, but at least we got a bit of a giggle from it. You would be amazed what people would believe when you tell them things, especially when it comes to certain South African forums that were convinced that there was a satanic, well, I don't even know how to call it satanic, but there was a blood cult made up of African doctors sent over, all those evil white men, to spread a demoness by the name of Ebola Chan. Let's read this one, a blast from the past. White demon worshipping, white demon worshippers trying to spread Ebola using witchcraft by John Nokanakwaho. There's a new racist cult in Europe and America. They hate Africans, and they worship an Ebola demoness who they call Ebola Chan. They perform magic rituals in order to spread the disease and kill people. They target the area they want to infect using blood sacrifices. This is not a joke. Apparently, even some Ebola doctors are a part of the cult, and instead of treating the disease, are deliberately spreading it. I even heard a rumor that they eat the heart of their victims because they think it grants them magical powers. Though I don't know if that's true. And then, of course, some picture of the shrine and sacrifice I found. And there's our girl. There's our girl on the bottom. Little adorable Ebola Chan surrounded by some candles and some blood. Oh my god. Those fucking white men. They're white men and they're demon worshippers. Spreading Ebola Chan all over Africa. It seems like a new disease pops up all the time. I mean, we hear about them in the news from time to time, whether it's a new virulent strain of Ebola that seems to make people think, oh shit, it's finally happening. This is it. This is the final time. Plague will descend upon the earth. Praise be to Nurgle. We're going to get rid of the motherfuckers we can't stand. And then nothing happens. Here comes MERS. Here comes SARS. Are they going to do it for us? Come on, buddy. Just wipe out a few billion people. Let me get comfy under my recliner, have a cup of cocoa, and watch the world go to shit. I can't LARP in my survival gear if the death ratio is not at least 20%. Alright, you need to up your fucking game. And of course it falls apart. But now we're dealing with some new shit. And I'd just like to point out some of the differences that are going on now. Just some of the fun, quirky things that I've noticed happen in the span of, and I want to really emphasize this point, the span of a week. Just 1 week. Now, when news of the Wu flu, which is what I've dubbed it, I don't care what they want to call it, the coronavirus, really? What next? The Zima virus? Fuck you. It's the Wu flu from Wuhan. Well, when the Wu flu first got some news, some international heat behind it, when those journalists were first reporting on it, what were we told? Don't worry, it's not a big deal. Only a few hundred people, 150 people infected, just one death. Not even 1% kill count. It's just the cold. It's related to SARS, but it's in the family. It's like the sniffles. You have nothing to worry about. Just in Wuhan, down by the animal market in Henan, not a big deal. You guys need to relax. Nothing bad's going to happen. Just shh. Lay your head down. It's all okay. It's just a case of the Chinese sniffles. You got nothing to worry about over here. And then, of course, the very next day, okay, well, maybe it wasn't just 150 people. Maybe it's like 250 now. And sure, it's 6 people dead. So the kill count's now above 2%. But it's just in Wuhan. It hasn't spread anywhere. Well, except for 8 other major Chinese cities. But that's nothing to worry about. And then another day goes by. Okay, I know you guys are mad at us, but we're China and we love you. And maybe we were a little overconfident. It's still only 300 people infected and maybe 8 or 9 dead. So we're now getting up to a 3% kill count. But you need to relax. It's only in China and Japan and Taiwan and Thailand and South Korea and maybe in Australia. Oh, and there's that one guy in Seattle, Washington who also has it. But just relax. Oh, and there might be 4 people in Scotland. Oh, and somebody in France and the British hitchhiker. Yeah, he has it too. And by the way, Britain might have it as well. But just, it's okay. It's just the Chinese sniffles. There's nothing to fucking worry about. It's not like we're freaking out over here in China. We're not going all batshit crazy, screaming at the top of our heads because, the sky is falling. This is just like SARS. You remember SARS when they locked down 5 Chinese cities with a population of upwards of 30 million people? I remember that. That was just like yesterday. It's totally normal for a nation to quarantine 30 million people. And when I say quarantine, I mean, quarantine, like the word you're thinking of. As in, we're not going to let you leave, and we're not going to let anyone else come in. And we're going to enforce that with guns. No railway, no roadway, no airway, no seaway, no way. You're going to sit your ass down. We're locking this down. And that 5 Chinese cities things, by the way, chat, that was 3 Chinese cities just 4 or 5 hours ago. Now it's 5 of them. Now it's 5 of them. I even did I do a little map? Did I do a cute little map to try to give you an idea? This map, by the way, already outdated. Already outdated. There are more cases. We're up into 600 something now. By the way, these are the official Chinese numbers. I'll tell you why that's so funny later on. These are the official Chinese numbers, and they're already outdated. But at the time, 584 infected, 17 dead. You can show the spread of it to different countries. Oh, fuck, I forgot. Saudi Arabia. Raise your hand. You're part of the party now, too. You've got one. So it's spreading all over the place, hopping around, zip-zopping, bip-bopping, across the ocean. Doesn't really give a fuck. Locking down some cities. How are they locking down those cities? Well, armed guards and gas masks at the local railway station. Oh, you want to jump on G60? Is that it? Oh, you want to go from Wuhan to Zhejiang? Oh, sorry, no. You sit your fucking ass down. All right? You hear me, motherfucker? This is a high-tech military issue thermometer, and I will fucking read your temperature in Kelvin. Don't you fucking look at me, dog. It's time to take your goddamn temperature. Where do you think you're going, Chang? I'll tell you where you're not going, past those gates. Nobody is. Now turn your little Toyota around and get back to your fucking pit. Your little Wuhan pit. Do you remember to dig your pit, Chang? There's a government issued shovel we gave everybody. We're calling them pits, but really they're graves. We want you to dig your own grave because you're going to lie down and die in it because you're never leaving this city. Take your temperature. Oh, these sneaky little Chinese bastards out there pulling a typhoid Mary. Chinese tourist says she evaded coronavirus checks to fly to France. Chinese embassy in Paris urges the citizens to comply after woman tells of traveling plans from Wuhan. Yes, apparently Miss Peng here didn't like the idea that she'd have to cancel her Paris trip, wanted to enjoy the Parisian atmosphere of Arab men, apparently, and tan Germans, decided to go over to good old France. And of course, to get there, she took a bunch of medication so she could hide her temperature and her fever so they wouldn't quarantine her. Of course, she had to go through airport in the UK, make a little stop off first, apparently for some reason, and then on her way to France, where she giddily posted on social media about how she tricked all those stupid motherfuckers into allowing her into a country while she was sick with a new contagious disease. God bless those Chinese tourists. By the way, for those Zoomers out there who don't know what the fuck typhoid Mary means, it's referring to a woman who is asymptomatic and infected like 50 fucking people with typhoid. By the way, the bitch knew. She was like the original gift giver before AIDS was a thing. A little old Irish cook decided to give everybody the gift of fucking typhoid. People dying, people getting sick. I guess the Chinese thought, hey, I like that. I want to try that. Let me make some motherfuckers get infected. Oh boy, that's fun. You know, I've been paying attention to this as this ridiculous shit goes on, and I made my own little map. Spent a good day and a half. I hope you like it, chat. A lot of work went into this. Now, you can't tell because it's a giant red circle over the fucking middle of it. But that giant red fucking circle, that would be Wuhan at the dead center. And the farthest city away that's been quarantined, 200 miles away, by the way, is at the very edge of the radius. So I thought, well, fuck. If the very farthest city away is 200 miles, then that means any other city within a 200-mile radius should be equally as susceptible to being at risk. And when you fill that circle in, that's a pretty goddamn big area, isn't it? Now, why is it that the city on the outer edge and Wuhan in the center, why did none of the connecting cities around the major highways, why aren't they quarantined? Well, apparently somebody beat me to that by creating this, a railway map. Wouldn't you know it? Fun fact, crazy fact about Wuhan. It is the central go-through for a majority of railway and high-speed train car traffic. In fact, when you look at the infection zones all over China and how it spread so incredibly fast, it's because the disease, for about a week or so, doesn't really present, or when it does presents as a cold or flu-like symptom, just a mild cough, a little sickness, a little bit of a fever. Plenty of time to get on a fucking train, travel all over the goddamn place, get a bunch of people sick. Nothing better than having a highly contagious human-to-human transmittable disease and sitting in a fucking train car with people for a 3-hour ride. That's a good idea. So there's Wuhan, that big circle in the middle, starting to make a little sense. And those little stops correspond to cities that are getting quarantined. It's almost like they know they're fucked. It's almost like China maybe perhaps kind of has an inkling that they're fucked, and they just don't want to be outright open about it. Now, I know. Oh my God, you're getting too excited, Jim. Not that many people are sick. Well, it depends what numbers you're listening to. Now, the Chinese say about 660 at this point have the Wu flu. I know, it's terrible. But then other people are doing calculations, and they're ranging all over the place. One scientist said, well, I think it would have to be more like 1,700 people based on the infection rate going through international travel. To hit this many countries and get this many people sick in different countries, you'd have to have at least this number of people sick to spread out to the airports. Then somebody else came out and said, no, it's more like 4,000 people have the Wu flu. And now, in one of the more recent articles in The Guardian talking about everything that's going on, now some of these think tanks and different medical institutes are updating the number to 10,000. And that's just in Wuhan. Now, again, remember what I said earlier. MERS, 2,500 people sick. SARS, 8,500 people sick. Now there's speculation just in Wuhan, 10,000 people are sick. Why, it makes perfect sense then that the Chinese are scared. That the Chinese citizens fear the government is keeping information about the coronavirus secret, as critics are silenced and official updates about the outbreak are quickly deleted from social media. By the way, that's true. I'll show you some interesting evidence about how they're handling this on social media. The Chinese government has attempted to be transparent. Boy, that's funny. When have they ever been transparent? About the new coronavirus outbreak, sharing updates about case numbers. But citizens are wary, remembering the last time these dumb fucking cunts lied to the world about dumb shit and 800 people died. Well, I didn't read that verbatim, but I think that's the gist of that bullet point. Also, social media posts with updates about the outbreak are being quickly deleted. Now, I'd like to say that Wuhan itself has been under quarantine for what? Chat, what is it, 24 hours, 30 hours? It's not even really been 2 days yet. Take a look at this headline. Residents of China's virus-hit Wuhan call for support. The bottom sentence really brings it home. People in the lockdown city fear food shortages. They're already hoarding. It hasn't even been 2 days yet in Wuhan. And people are fucking rushing the grocery stores, the pharmacies, and the banks. Do you know that citizens in Wuhan are referring to Wuhan as Zombieland? That's the nickname they came up with for their city. Zombieland. Why would you call your... Why? Well, I'm going to show you why. Why would we call it Zombieland? I'll bring you up to point pretty quickly. But I can't blame them. I don't want to starve to death. Reminds me too much of Somalia.
In Somalia, too many people are dying. The World Wrestling Federation is putting a headlock on hunger. No one should starve to death.
Nobody should starve to death. That's not right. Nobody should starve to death. I don't know. I'm getting the feeling, watching some of this play itself out, that, and hear me out, chat, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I've gone Alex Jones. Maybe I've jumped off a ledge of insanity here. I don't really care, but I'm getting the wild feeling that China is panicking. I'm getting the wild feeling that they're suppressing the numbers of people not only ill, but dead. I think they're scared shitless because maybe this disease is a little more lethal than they're letting on. And that's why they've gone to the fucking trouble of quarantining 30 million people. That's why they're shutting down social media posts. That's why they're not letting travel in and out of any of these places. That's why they have gone so far for the Lunar New Year, the Chinese New Year that's coming up, to cancel celebrations in Beijing. So they're canceling the biggest celebration of the year for them, the biggest travel holiday of the year for them, and quarantining major fucking areas and massive amounts of their population. Seems like it's a little bit more than the sniffles. To give you a parallel, chat, one article had said that, initially during the 3 cities being quarantined, it would be 25 million people, roughly the population of Florida. Now, I want you to ask yourself, if you woke up tomorrow morning and on CNN or in a newspaper or on Fox News, you heard the headline, "New disease found in Florida. Don't worry, it's just like the common cold, but the president has decided to quarantine the entire state with the use of the military. No one's allowed in or out. Also, we're restricting any social media postings people within the quarantined area can openly make." What would your reaction to that be? Would you think, oh, well, that's normal? Quarantining an entire fucking state, you know, putting 25 million people in a box, that's not a big deal. It's just a case of the colds. We've been through this before. Yes, yes, Corona. It is the woo flu. Do you know that's actually a health check technique? Let me give you some health tips to survive the coming onslaught of this deadly disease. By sharing with you the story of one of the infected patients, who they speculate is infected. Perhaps he doesn't have it. More testing would be necessary, but this was the tourist backpacker in Thailand. He's been sick now for 3 weeks. His symptoms developed as lower respiratory problems, developing into pneumonia and bronchitis that was untreatable, as in none of the medications that would normally work for those diseases, they had no effect. Because of that, in the span of about 3 weeks, his family has said he's lost 70 pounds, and they had to pump upwards of 4 pounds, 70 ounces of liquid from his lungs, and fly him on a special plane at low altitudes, because if they went too high, his lungs would fucking explode. So you get sick with this disease, and after that initial week of being sick, if you're still sick and you start getting a bad cough and there's a little bit of phlegm in there, you're fucked. Because nothing's going to make it go away. That's when it gets bad. And that initial report of 17 fatalities that the official tally from the government of China is giving people, that was all within the same region. And yet now we are, today, again, every hour it updates. Today again, now we have a death outside of that region. Meaning that it has to be railway travel that has spread it from region to region. What an insidious little disease. A good week to 2 weeks before you really start getting those symptoms. And I want all you Seattle fags, all the people over on the, on the West Coast, to understand something. The guy that came through who was infected, that went through the airport, went through the terminal, was on the airplane, took a taxi, did his grocery shopping, walked around his neighborhood, went to the fucking mall, ate at restaurants, did all that shit. He showed up on Wednesday. He didn't go to his doctor until Sunday. So if he has the woo flu, he was walking around Seattle and bumping into people for 4 fucking days uncontested. They think he's only had close proximity to 16 people. I guarantee you it's 100 times that. He was stuck in a metal tube in the air with people. He was in an airport with people. He was in vehicles with people. He was walking around and cajoling with people. 4 days. And they can't even explain, if you listen to the CDC, they can't even explain the mechanisms behind how it works. Oh, that's been a fun story. First it was, this disease originated from an open-air animal market in Henan. It's an area of the Henan animal market, or whatever the fuck it's called, in Wuhan. Then it was a wet market. Then there was talk about it being bats, and then snakes, and then rats. They couldn't really come to a conclusion of what animal it might have been. What's making people sick? What exactly is the vector that's getting people infected with this fucking tenacious disease? But when it first started, they said, don't worry. Don't worry. You can only get it from animals. It's not human to human. And then they said, okay, you can get it from people. But it's only certain ways you can get it from people. We don't really know exactly how. And now it's airborne. Now it's, well, maybe it's spit and phlegm. Maybe it's touching directly. Maybe it's breathing on you. Maybe if you cough or sneeze, you're going to give it to somebody. But we don't know exactly at what point when you have the disease that transmissibility is happening. Is it during the initial buildup? Do you have to develop pneumonia first for it to become completely transmittable? I mean, there's one case where somebody infected 14 hospital workers. So you tell me, you pick your poison on which version of that nightmare you want. Because one of two things happen. If you have some new mystery disease everybody's shitting their pants over, and you're the asshole in the hospital bed, I guarantee you, every nurse and doctor coming in to see you is going to be wearing gloves, a gown, and a fucking face mask. I don't care if you're in the shittiest of third world countries. Nobody's going to want to get infected with your mystery illness. So 14 healthcare workers get affected. That either means this thing is transmissible through basic bitch protection, in which case I hope you have a great gas mask or you're fucked, or it's transmissible when you're not really showing symptoms. And he got somebody or one or two hospital workers infected before he got really sick, and they infected the other hospital workers. What a fucking nightmare. So I'm not sure which case, what it is. When's the issue? The World Health Organization said that this is a Chinese emergency, but not a world emergency yet. And yet the CDC is quoted as saying that they're not getting relevant information from the Chinese authority to make an assessment. You have two different groups of medical experts who can't come to a similar conclusion. Now, somebody was being cynical earlier, and maybe they were correct in saying this, that when it comes to the World Health Organization, China has some pull. And maybe that they don't want to just go outright and say, hey, China just fucked up big time. I don't know. All I know is, just based on the actions that are happening right now, it makes me suspect, just inkling, just a tiny bit, that China is well aware that this is much worse than they're letting on. And either it's embarrassment or shame, or they just don't want to take the responsibility of having to admit that once again we're in the 20s and here comes a fucking plague. Can somebody explain to me, is this cyclical history? Is the Matrix broken? Is there a glitch somewhere? Is Neo going to pop out of my fucking shower? Morpheus, are you hiding under a sheet somewhere? Why is it in the 20s of every fucking century shit goes down? You've got shit like the Spanish flu. You've got typhoid fever. You've got the fucking the Black Plague. 1800s, 1900s, 1700s. Why is it the 20s are such a magnet for terrible shit to happen? Oh, and of course we're in the year of the rat. That's perfect. Is that some big cosmic kick in the balls? Yeah, you having a little laugh there, Jehovah? Up there having a giggle? I'm gonna give these guys like eating bugs. Oh, you bat-eating motherfuckers! I'll show you something. Oh yeah, you keep eating those bats. I'm gonna show you what happens when you eat God's little bats. We're gonna give you the Wu flu. Oh, let's look at some American reactions. By the way, tourists are the best. What are the tourists doing as they're over there in the great land of China, over in Wuhan? What are they up to? Well, they're pissing themselves in utter fucking fear and desperation, apparently, allegedly. And they've got some interesting insights into what's happening from the Americans in Wuhan group. How the fuck is it under control when they're literally spraying the city with disinfectant from planes? Just a fun fact, there are videos out there. Some have been removed, but they keep popping back up, of empty Chinese streets being sprayed with, I don't know what chemical it is, but definitely something. But this is the first time I heard that they were using airplanes to do it. I'm sure Alex Jones his erection is hard as fucking diamonds right now. It's a chemtrails. But it looks like Alex might be right. And I love the follow-up, by the way. They'll kill us all before they let it spread more in China. Americans worry that the Chinese are going to literally kill them so they can't spread it more. Let's wipe them the fuck out. And my personal favorite, also be careful what you post. The Wee Police. I guess this is... Okay, I think we're... Oh, they got me, chat. Oh, God, they got me. Oh, I think we're back. I'll give everybody a chance to catch up. Oh, the Wee Police got me. Oh, they got me. They came and got me. I was talking about the Wu flu too much, and the Chinese police came and got me. All right, I'll give you all a moment to catch up. Hopefully, it's still going. I think we are. I think we should still be live. Let me just double check here. Incidental timing, I'm sure. Okay, we're good. Lost a couple thousand people there, but we're good. I guess our comrades have been taken to the shed, along with all the other bad boys. The Lemon Emperor has come to claim a few corpses in the name of progress. But yes, any foreign media screenshot. So if you come across anything on social media related to this, chances are it's going to be taken down. And if it's not taken down and you're Chinese and you post it, they're going to come after you. Or if you're an American, if you're an expat living over there, you're in deep shit as well because they're going to come after you. Now, what would they be posting? Exactly. What would they be posting that would bring people's attention down upon them? Well, let's see. Infected people seen dead in the streets in quarantined Chinese virus city. Infected people dead in the streets in the quarantined Chinese virus city. What are they talking about? What do you mean dead in the streets? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Let's look at a few videos. Hey, here's a Wuhan hospital. How's that look for you, chat? Just drink it in. Let's take one more look at it. It's a very short video. I want you to imagine a deadly transmittable disease and you're in the middle of that crowd. That's the hospital. But what videos exactly are being posted of people dying in the streets? Oh, it must be these videos.
恐不恐慌？严不严重？看你们还戴不戴口罩？都当是小事。可能这现在武汉市是个么情况？当然。
我们小区后头那个小学，那个德才小学后头的小区那里。
伙计，乖乖起下脑壳，老子亲眼看到太早了一个，亲眼看到的啊！这是我怎么去了缥缈到的，伙计。太早了！
七里庙啊，七里庙车站头里头，走到王河里倒了啊！你晓得怎么回事的？
Hey, but it's not all bad news. If you're a big fan of the Wagey KG, if you like your job at Amazon, I'd like to introduce you to the Cora Cube. It's what we're going to use to haul your ass off of planes when you cough too much. You know, that giant glass coffin that we're just going to shove you right into. Well, that's what you're going into. Yeah, there are a lot of videos. A lot of videos of people just falling over in the streets. Just dropping. As people in, biosecurity fucking outfits pick them up and I don't even know where they're bringing them. You saw the picture of the hospital. Not a lot of room to maneuver. So I'm not sure exactly where those people are going to be going. Probably not someplace pleasant. Probably not a happy place with happy memories. That's what you get. Oh, did you like our bat soup, miss? Oh, her tummy's so full she took a nap in the restaurant. Oh, lady miss, you liked our bat soup so much you wanted to rest in the restaurant? Okay. No, you take a nap. You just lay down on the floor. Bat soup's delicious. But let's get dark and dirty with it. Let's talk about some fucked up shit they're not going to let you talk about on Weibo or Weeaboo or Weeaboo, or whatever they call their fucking social media app in the land over there. Can't talk about it on the TikToks. Let's talk about this article. From 2017, inside the Chinese lab poised to study the world's most dangerous pathogens. This is a one and only lab. There are going to be more by the year 2025, but the very first one's being built. Guess where it's being built, chat? The very first biohazard level 4 facility is being built at a special university located in the heart of Wuhan. What? Now, if you were to take that location and, I don't know, put it on a map, the Chinese Academy of Science, where the biohazard level 4 facility is located, and then trace a route directly to the Henan seafood market, where they said this originated, why, you'd see it was only a distance of 8.7 miles. 8.7 miles between the most dangerous pathogens on Earth and the start of a new mystery disease that seems to spread all around the world. In a city that's been quarantined with every other city around it being quarantined. Fuck shit, that makes me think a little bit. I'm starting to go, over here. The old noggin's jogging a little bit. Biohazard level 4 facility, right across the bridge from it, the ground zero of a new disease emerging. Maybe one of the scientists, maybe one of those medical guys, really liked him some bat fucking soup. Got so excited for a delicious round of bat soup, he hopped in his little Pinto mobile and drove 8.7 miles down to the open air market, where he spread a disease that's killing everyone. That would be embarrassing. I wouldn't want to admit that. I see a lot of thinking thoughts in the chat right now. Seen a lot of deep thinking thoughts in chat. What a coincidence. What a short distance between danger and death. It almost makes you wonder if somebody might have fucked up a little bit. Didn't get clean when they left. Forgot to use some of that Puracell on their hands. Wash behind the ears. You got to remember to wash behind the ears when you're dealing with super death. Don't want any of Captain Trips to get out of the facility. Start the fucking apocalypse. And so in the span of a week, we went from 100 people sick to quarantining 30 million people and a disease showing up in 12 different countries. Of which not information, related to stopping people from dying badly has been shared properly with the CDC. While the WHO is sitting on their fat, dumb, international globalist asses not doing a fucking thing. And people are trying to downplay it like it's just SARS again. Even though we're already getting upward estimates of 10,000 people infected when SARS internationally only hit 8,500. And this isn't happening over the course of, I don't know, fucking 3 months. It's happening over the course of 7 days. So it's got me to wondering, is this our girl, chat? Is this it? Is this our girl? Is she going to do it? Is she going to do the impossible, dream the impossible? Is she going to seize her dreams? Make memes a reality? Is our little Corona-chan going to spread the woo flu across the globe and purify and purge humanity? I don't know. It's sort of like the boomer apocalypse. A lot of the people that have been infected and are really dealing with the harsher symptoms seem to be people at least at the tail end of 30 and upwards of 80 years old, or those who are immunocompromised. Immunocompromised is a nice way of saying your immune system's fucked up. Like AIDS or HIV. Oh, wait, where did this disease show up in America? Oh, fuck, that's right, on the West Coast. Hey, remember those new laws California put in place where you could give people AIDS and HIV and not get in trouble? Because they wanted sex workers to feel okay? The whole subculture of gift givers running around fucking each other in the ass without a condom on, spreading AIDS to each other? They're all what you'd call immunocompromised. So what do you think happens to a population of, infected AIDS patients when the flu shows up in California? I think we're going to need to make a real big quilt for this one. I think it's going to be maybe devastating. Now, I don't know. I mean, that Seattle airport, that guy came through, a lot of fucking connecting flights to that bad boy. What if one of them went to California? What if one of those gift giver parties is fucking their way into a fever as we speak? Then in 2 weeks' time, he's going to be feeling a little under the weather. Somebody said HIV 2, a sodomite boogaloo. Well, maybe there you go. Oh, I can't stop following this. I'll be honest with you. I've been paying attention to this shit now for 2 days, 3 days, as it was starting to pick up steam. And every single fucking article that has come out in regards to it gets worse and worse by the day. You cannot look at the reaction by the Chinese government and think to yourself that they are releasing accurate, factual numbers. They are not. I refuse to believe that only 600 some odd people have been infected, and I certainly don't believe it's only 18 dead. There's just no way. Now, some scientists are saying it is related to SARS enough in that it's dangerous, but it's also different enough that it can spread much more easily, which is how they're accounting for their speculated numbers of anywhere from 1,700 people to 10,000 fucking people. But I think the real indicator of how bad this is going to be when it comes to our little sweet Corona-chan is what's going to happen in the foreign nations that it's showing up as more and more cases start to pop up. If it really is in Japan and South Korea and Thailand and Taiwan and America and Saudi Arabia and France and Scotland and Europe, if it's all over the fucking place, as people are speculating that it might already be in Brazil and a few other places, if it's really popping up, how quickly will it spread? Because while China might lie about their numbers and they'll fib because they don't want to be embarrassed and they want to save face and act like they're in control, if it really starts to kick off in another place, I have a feeling those numbers are going to be much more factual. They'll be much more accurate, and they'll be a better indicator of just how bad it is. Maybe it's nowhere near as bad as SARS. Maybe that death toll will stick at 1% and everybody will forget about it. But if it continues to grow, if it hits a 10%, a 20%, a 30% mortality, if it's killing off that amount of people, I mean, was it the Spanish influenza in the 1920s? How many did that kill? It was 500 million infected and speculated between 50 to 100 million dead. So potentially 10 to 20% kill rate. You know, the small percentage throws you off, but if a lot of people get infected, that's a lot of dead people. And then you've got to clean it up, because if you don't clean up all those corpses, then you've got a whole other host of fucking problems coming your way as secondary related diseases start to pop up from having dead people everywhere. Oh, thank you, China. Round of applause. Thank you, China. Well done. Well done. Cursing the earth with your incompetence. No, I don't even care. You know, this thing could maybe 18 people is all it's ever going to kill, but I'm never letting where is it? Where the fuck is it? I'm never letting this slip. You're not going to make me forget about this. You can't tell me the point of origin for this fucking disease is 8 miles away from one of your high-end biolaboratories dedicated to studying the dangerous pathogens that are found all over the earth. That just seems a little incredulous when it comes to giving you the slack that that's not somehow fucking related. We know the quality of Chinese goods. We know your motto when it comes to building and manufacturing shit. And I'm almost going to guarantee that if you built that fucking bio facility like you build your houses and your high-rises and your stadiums and your cars and your electronics, that thing's got fucking holes and cracks and problems with the ventilation and the purifiers in the electrical system. Who knows what crazy shit's gonna come from this fucking region? Spreading death and disease everywhere. 8 miles away from ground zero. Just a coinky dink. Oh God, you know, I wanna read you. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm just gonna pull it up. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna read you what the CDC said. Just so you can hear, this is they say it in a very political way, but goddamn, if you hear it, there's no way you can't tune in immediately to what they're trying to say. You know what? Should I put it up on screen so we can read together? Why not? Let me try this out. Hopefully it works. We'll see. No, I want to get rid of that. There we go. Good enough. CDC advisors concerned about lack of basic information about the new Wuhan coronavirus. Advisors to the CDC say a lack of data from China about the Wuhan flu is curtailing international efforts to quell the outbreak, while the advisors commend the Chinese researchers for mapping the virus's genome in just a few weeks. They said there's a glaring lack of basic epidemiology, I can't say this word, epidemiological evidence about who's getting infected with the virus and how it's spreading. I fucking love this. This is Epi 101, said Dr. William Schaffner, medical director of the National Foundation for Infectious Diseases and a longtime CDC advisor. I don't want to denigrate our Chinese colleagues, but when information is not presented clearly, you have to wonder. I want you to understand, chat, what he just said. A fucking advisor to the CDC quite literally just said, it really makes you think. He's in an article form. Clearly, you have to wonder. Really gets the noggin jogging, is what the fucking CDC advisor's saying about China's inability to come forward with that vital goddamn information. Oh no, and they go into no vaccines, crucial questions left unanswered. We don't care about whoever that was. Really makes you think. Oh yeah, and all those people getting that hope up for that vaccine to come save you? Bad news for you. Speculation on the people that are working on said vaccine. It's going to be 3 or 4 months before human trials and probably a year before the vaccine is ready for the populace. So if this turns out to be some horrific disease, you're fucked. And if it spreads this fast, I don't know what you're going to do, but waiting a year sure doesn't seem like a feasible approach. I'd say we learned really 2 things when it comes to the flu. 2 vitally important things. The first is, don't trust the Chinese. They lie through their teeth. Any number they give you, it's a lie. And if they tell you everything's okay, that's definitely a lie. But the really important takeaway is number 2. I can't stress this enough. Whether or not this is actually the big one, the shit hits the fan scenario, or if it's just a flash in the pan, the incompetence that we've seen in the last week should be enough of an indicator to all of you to know that we are well and truly fucked when the big one does actually occur. They sat on their ass and tried to pretend it wasn't as bad as it was, while their high-speed rail system spread this disease all over their country. They waited to inform other nations about how bad it was until tourists and people coming back home from vacations spread it to other nations. When a real big shitstorm of a disease does pop away, when it really comes down the pipeline and we get our apocalyptic scenario, this adventure with the Wu flu, with Corona-chan, should stand as a sterling, shining example of how well and truly fucked we are. Because these people can't contain it. They can't contain it quarantining 5 cities. They can't contain it with checkpoints and thermometers. They can't contain it using the airports and airport security of allied nations around the world. When a real bad new disease with weird symptoms and a bit of a gestation period pops up, they have no way of stopping it. So even if this isn't the big one, it's a nice dry practice run to show you what the big one will look like. Because it'll start just like this. And it'll spread just like this. And you'll have different organizations arguing with each other, like WHO and CDC, about how bad it is. And different government agencies talking about different numbers of how many might be infected, how many might be dead, what way it might spread, where it might have originated from. And as they're sitting there in their bureaucratic bullshit red tape, it spreads and propagates itself in different populations, in different areas, in different countries. And by the time they finally have a cohesive, solid, singular story to give the world, it'll be all too late. And that is why, personally to me, this has been one of the more fascinating things to watch starting this year. What a way to start the 20s off. with our own little, she's running for that crown. She's going for the high score, if you would. Now, will she get it? I don't know. I mean, I think right now Mears holds it at 800 or so. I can't remember exactly what. I know that's roughly the same number that SARS got, but percentage-wise, given how many were infected in each case, Mears would still be the high score. High score at 35% kill. Can our little girl do it? I don't know. I'm not sure if it's possible. All I do know is that during this tragic time, there's just one thing that can be done, and that's you can buy my hats over at teespring.com stores Metokur. I need your money to build my bunker so I can survive the Awu flu. All right, you need to buy a hat. It's the only way I'm going to protect myself from the apocalypse. I plan on using your super chat and hat money to dig a hole deep enough to escape this. I don't know how deep that hole's got to be, but it's going to require an awful lot of hats and mugs. Hats and mugs I really think are the only way I'm going to save myself. I mean, sadly, I've had to leave Jade sitting in her corn cage now for at least 3.5 days. I can't let her out. She's Asian. She could be one of them. She might have the Awu flu. I don't want to get near her too closely and end up hacking up a lung. I am a smoker. Don't forget, I smoke cigarettes. So I really already have a death sentence over my head. But you give me this nightmare, nonstop mystery pneumonia shit, and I'm a dead man. There's no way I survive this. So I'm just going to have to keep motherfuckers away from me in my hat cave that I've dug out by hand using my mugs, and buy lots of buckshot. Lots of buckshot and birdshot to keep motherfuckers away from my hole. And stop by one of the Indian casinos to get as many cheap cigarettes as I can so I don't have to pay taxes on them. That's my plan on this. Oh, look at that. We've gone an hour. I did a stream for an hour and I didn't read a super chat. Now I'll make you sit and listen to 8 hours of them. Because I have a bunker to build. You tell me, chap. Let me pull the audience. We're sitting here at about 12.7. You tell me. Give me a 1 if you think our girl Corona-chan is going to spread the woo flu everywhere, and we finally got our shit hits the fan scenario. Give me a 2 if you think it's going to be moderately dangerous and freak people out, and give me a 3 if you think it's nothing. If you think it's just a nothing burger, and it'll disappear in a week. 1 for worst case scenario, 2 for in the middle, 3 for not a big deal. Ground zero for this fucking disease is located 8 miles away from a biohazard level 4 laboratory unit. Is that maybe what swung you on thinking that there might be more to this? Lots of 1s and 2s, a few 3s. Those 3s, of course, will choke to death on the liquids that are going to build up in their lungs because they weren't true believers. And, of course, they'll have to die a painful mnemonic. Mnemonic? That doesn't sound right. There's got to be a way of saying pneumonia with an ick at the end. But whatever. As pneumonia takes them over. Umbrella Corporation? Is it Resident Evil over there? Oh, do I have my Resident Evil clip? You know, now that you brought that up, I've got an excuse to play it. Shouldn't have said it, now I'm going to play it. Maybe finally we can get them to do it. Ugh, you don't understand. You need to fuck my sister. The woo flu is coming.
This is Chris Redfield. I'm currently pinned down. I don't know how many of them there are. They just keep coming. My entire team's down. I'm doing all I can to survive. I don't think I'm gonna make it. So I need to make sure I leave this message. Please. Tell Leon Kennedy. I need him to fuck my sister. I won't be able to be there to make sure it happens, but damn it, you make sure that he does. Claire! Sorry, sis. This is all I can do now.
Oh, you need to continue that bloodline. You need to get out there and continue that bloodline. All right, I'm going to say, just eyeballing the chat and the reaction, I'm going to say a fair amount of you, I'd say 65% of you, why not an arbitrary percentage, whatever, are giving me ones. I'd say a good 25% of you are giving me twos. And the remaining 10% giving me threes or fours. I'm not sure what the four relates to. Maybe you've got some time travel abilities and I didn't think of an option, but I'll think of it later on, in which case, salutations. Greetings to you, my friend. You must be one of Baron Trump's fellow time travelers, stopping by this YouTube stream for some reason. Maybe to laugh at people overreacting to the Wu flu pandemic that's sweeping the nation. I wonder, do you think anybody actually entered this into Plague Inc.? How good is Plague Inc.? Could I put these parameters in to see what happens? I mean, could I start a disease off with the symptoms and the gestation period and the location, and then let it play out as like a simulation to see what happens? Or if not in Plague Inc., is there a game or a program that lets you do that? Because I'd be fascinated to see which direction that would go. And the delay. Gotta wait for that fucking delay. Yes, there is. People are saying yes, there is. Well, I don't have Plague Inc. I'm not going to go buy and install Plague Inc. If you have Plague Inc. and you can do that, make the simulation. And I'll do an update stream on this, I don't know, in a few days when 18 billion people are dead. And we can watch the simulation and see how it, pairs up with what's been going on in the news. Pirate it. Oh, well, let me run out there and do that. I don't know if I can do that. Isn't there some new Windows 10 security exploit that's going around? Pretty sure the NSA pinged me and said, hey, we're on your desktop right now looking at all the fucked up porn you're into, buddy. You need to update your Windows 10. All right, me and the boys at the office, we're laughing about this. It's time to update your Windows 10. Probably shouldn't have turned off those security updates. I think I'm using a version from 8 years ago. Don't know how that's possible, but I pulled it off. There's a free app, is there? Oh, somebody's saying more updated news? Let's take a look. I'll read you the hot breaking news on this up-to-date virus that's sweeping the world. I Google searched this with China virus. It's like China syndrome. I keep waiting for a shitty movie to pop up. It's probably before your time, though. All right, let's see. Somebody said the death count is up. Oh, here we go. China virus death toll now at 25. Up from 18. 25 dead, 800 infected. Oh, we're almost into the 4 digits with the infection rate. Well, we were starting to fall. We're falling back here. No, we're still above 3%. 1% would be 8, I think. And so what? We're like 3.02%. So we're sticking solid at a 3% kill count, which I again think is underestimated. I think they're hiding the amount of people that are going to die from this. But again, it seems to affect mostly the elderly and the immunocompromised. Though there was one report, and I don't know how accurate it is, that I think a 7-year-old caught it. I don't know how they're dealing with it. Maybe they're one of the dead. Who knows? Maybe this is going to leave every middle-aged person alive and wipe out boomers and zoomers alike. We're going to call it the Gen X cure. See, you guys underestimated us. Oh, you latchkey kids, you don't do shit. I'll tell you what we do. We wipe you motherfuckers out with impunity. We've sent a death disease to purge the world of zoomers and boomers and claim it for ourselves. That's what Gen X just did. Now, let's see what some of the other updates currently going on are. Chinese outbreak could be 10 times that of SARS. That's coming from Media Times. Again, talking, it already jumped I told you 800 were infected. Literally in a minute, it's already jumped again. Now it's 25 dead, 830 confirmed cases. In the span of fucking 3 minutes, 30 more people are now being officially reported. Beautiful. A lot of talk about the economic effects, oil markets, of course, all of that. Wired is telling people that the Wuhan virus is not a snake flu. In case you dumb motherfuckers, I guess, thought it came from snakes. Oh, what is going on? I just want to see, is it popped up in any other... Oh, here we go, folks. Brace yourselves. Japan now has more cases. They're now confirming the second case of Wuhan virus in Tokyo. So Japan has now doubled the amount of cases that they've got of the virus in their country. I don't know if that's a healthcare worker or if that's somebody that was on a plane with them. Oh, what is going on? Okay, I think that's officially up to date. Oh, Britain, I got some bad news. Britain, is Britain in the audience tonight? I got some bad news for you, Britain. Currently, 14 people are now being tested for the coronavirus. That would be, I guess that'd be 18 altogether, wouldn't it? 14 being tested, 4 in the and four in Scotland. I don't. Does the 14 include the 4? Let's just say 14 altogether. 4 in Scotland, 10 in Britain. 14 people in the UK are now being tested. I told you it was that Chinese bitch that went to France. She had a stopover flight before she got to France, and somehow she infected 14 people. Oh, where's Typhoid Mary? Let me pull that shit up. Here we go. Oh, yeah, there you are. That's Typhoid Mary for you, chat. There she's coming. She's coming to get you. Spreading death and pestilence where she goes. Yeah, let's get a rip for the Brit bongs. A bong or two in silence as everything goes to shit for them. Apparently, they still can't make sense of it. Did it come from bats or snakes? They're very confused about what exactly is responsible. I don't think it matters at this point. They're just sort of straight up fucked, aren't they? You know, the Australia one popped up and said they had a case, and I think they've now deconfirmed it. I think what really happened was the Australian health authorities took the infected Aussie and threw him into one of those forest fires that's raging across that fucking continent. Be grateful that all your eucalyptus trees exploded into a hellfire, because at least you have a way of disposing of this virus before it overtakes you. Sure, it may kill off a few bajillion wallabies and kangaroos, but you can just huck the sick people into the bushfire, into the fire tornadoes ravaging you, and survive. That's right, Chad. Cleanse it with fire. It's the only way to survive. It's not feed a fever, starve a cold. It's fucking burn it alive. It's burn a fever alive. That's the old saying. People just got confused about it. They weren't thinking it through properly. Will DSP survive this? I don't know if he will. DSP is currently going through a massive bankruptcy. He's going to be losing pretty much everything because he couldn't keep up his condo payments, fell behind on 2 years worth of taxes, spent $4,000, was it $4,000 or $40,000 on fucking mobile games, and had credit card debt. Now, how that's possible, I don't know. He was making like $120,000 a year, which is mind-boggling, but he was. And yet he's filing for bankruptcy. So I don't know. DSP might be homeless by the time this hits the States, and he'll have to fight off Chinese people in the streets so he doesn't get infected. I don't know. Maybe all his honking and snorting will prevent any of the virus from getting into his respiratory system because he's constantly expelling air like a dying duck. And that will give him some kind of a natural defense mechanism to fight it off. That, I guess, is his best bet. I don't know. Ak, ak, ak. Yep, that's how he's going to survive it. $40,000 on a phone game, on a wrestling game. I don't know what self-respecting man spends $40,000 on a mobile game in the first place, let alone a mobile wrestling game. I thought Spoonie had it bad with all the bad luck that came his way. But at least he didn't spend $40,000 on John Cena, the mobile game, like DSP did. Not sure what our boy's doing. But apparently he's out there doing it. Oh boy. All right. I will start reading some of these super chats here. Let me. What should we put on some music or something? A little background music, a little relaxation music, before the Wee Police come and get us. Gotta find a song. Oh, here we go. Don't lose hope. There we go. For all the people that are dying and gurgling in their own bodily fluids right now, as the woo flu wipes you out left and right. Whatever you do, don't give in to temptation. Don't be Rama Rama. That's right. You don't be Rama Rama. You put that petrol can down, you fucking abus. All right, that's not the way out of this. You got to tough it out through your Corona-Chan virus. All right. Takes strength of will to survive the Wu flu. I'd recommend reading some manga, which is what I've been doing way too much. By the way, I don't know how many of you actually use this, but I've noticed some problems with my anime list. Maybe this is just me. But it's like half the shit I read isn't fucking in their database, so I can't add it to my shit. And it's starting to fuck with me a little bit. Now, do they particularly hate manhwa? Do they not like South Korean manga? Because it seems like every one of those that I've read, they don't have it in there. From Skeleton Soldier to The Beginning After the End to just a whole host of shit won't show up when I try to use it. Not sure exactly why that is. A little bit of a pain in the ass. What was a recent one I read? The Legendary Moonlight Sculptor, which I liked. But again, another one that I, for whatever reason, could not find when I went looking for it. I need to find a better weeb repository so I can show off all the dumb gay shit that I've been reading and annoy you with it. Oh, somebody said manhwa are trash. I don't know how to respond to that. I don't pick on the handicapped. Okay, why don't you have your father turn your wheelchair around so you're not watching the stream? And then you can be left in your own thoughts and think about Legos. Fuck you, manhwa's great. Spitting on my taste. I bet you watch Neon Genesis Evangelion, don't you? Oh, I think it's real neato. They got all those big mech machines, and I sure do love Shinji. He's a manly man. Love when Shinji cries. Love when Shinji's pussy bleeds. Shinji's the boy for me. Yeah, I said your taste was shit. Your waifu's a whore. She's a filthy fucking whore. You probably like some bitch in a harem manga. Ah, get away from me with your pleb taste. Regardless, I need to find a better repository. Or find a way to expand theirs. Because there's been like 20 things I've read. I can't find it. I try every title variation I can think of in both English and Moon Runes. And it just doesn't work. Cannot get it to accept it. Okay, well, we'll take our time here and go through some of this. Sean Turner, members only stream when? Usually it's at the end of the month. YouTube has this thing where if you do the little membership thing, you have to give a reward. And that was the most sensible one to give. Because they have this giant disclaimer that's like 3 paragraphs long that says if you make an emoticon or an emoji for people to use in the chat, they'll copyright nail your ass real hard for not being super original. That's always fun. That's always nice having that happen, especially after what happened to Markiplier, where half of his chat got suspended off of Google and YouTube for using the fucking emoticons and emojis he himself created for members. So at the very least, the member stream is the safest way to go. That'll probably be this Sunday. I'll post information for the members. From Permafrost, paused and virus pilled. Oh, very paused and virus pilled. Punished Huey, 1 for natural virus, 2 for bioweapon. I'll give Chad a chance to catch up on that. I'll throw the map up too while we wait. Where's our little map of the giant coincidence? There you go, Punished Huey. He wants to know 1 for natural disaster, 2 for bioweapon. I put this up. You can decide what you think. Again, 8-mile distance between the biolab facility and ground fucking zero of where this disease emerged. Wow, what do you know? A lot of people thinking it's a goddamn bioweapon. They've pulled the Lyme disease. It's Captain Trips up in Wuhan. You know, I got to say, I actually agree. I think something did happen at their bioweapon facility. I don't know exactly what, but it's just too much. It's just too close to not be of some interest. From Chimera. We're in the end game now, Jim. Oh, why, yes, we are. Metokur's Lunacore and Archives. Is Kim Jong-un the only leader who ever played Pandemic or Plague Inc.? That is true. The only country that has responded to this in a semi-reasonable way would be North Korea, and they've banned all tourists coming in or leaving the country. He's locking it down. He's pulling a Madagascar and locking down the entire nation. So when the world plummets into chaos and we're all dying and starving and dead and icky and filled with pustules and hacking up lung liquid, Kim Jong-un is going to be 50 pounds fatter on rice, banging his staff of female guards. From Green Imp 111, Dear Jim, please give your dogs a pat for me so they know they have been good and are loved. Also, shout out to Skylar DeBeer. Sent it twice, but okay. From Moist John, Deus Ex was right yet again. Why contain it? You can't contain it. I'm not even like joking around. I don't think they're capable of it. The only way to contain it is to know how bad it is and just nuke it. If the Chinese had just nuked the whole city, maybe. But modern transport makes it fucking impossible. Every asshole's on some commuter trip. They're on some high-speed train. They're on a fucking cruise ship. They're on an international flight with layovers. I mean, my God, you get one traveler that's sick and you're going all 12 monkeys all over the world, aren't you? Mario Kart 13, Double Lock Jade, Yellow Fever's gone terminal. From Errant Device, Chaos in the Orient. Also, since you're into Elder Scrolls, I must ask which Daedric Prince is your favorite. Also, again, as if I hadn't made this apparent enough, James Drake from Union Bridge is gay. Is it Shio Gorak? Am I saying that right? What was the crazy one? What was the one in Morrowind where he made you kill a giant fucking floating enemy with a spoon? That would be the one I'd go with. Asking me Daedric Prince names. Jesus Christ, I don't know. Wasn't there a book, too, in Morrowind where they're talking about, like, Moloch Bull or Ball or whatever, or one of them? And they described it basically as, like, the god or the demon of shit and rape when they're describing his realm, which is like a mental picture that's really hard to get out of your head as to what is going on in that particular fucking place. From Niger, 1488, Kreiferber, a.k.a. Christopher Nosey, sexually abused and physically assaulted former friend and girlfriend look up Inside Gaming's FE video? Also, can you look up Mr. Anime Trey Sealer kills his family news? I'll take a look. From Drew McTeague, bonus bucks for Jim. Also, Kurt Eichenwald is a turd. I think that's been readily established at this point that Kurt Eichenwald is a raging fucking moron. I still love the fact that he faked a seizure and pretended to be his own wife on Twitter. This is Kurt's wife, and you've made him shit himself in a rage. My baby boy Kurt is pissing his pants and foaming at the mouth right now. And instead of performing CPR or protecting his neck, I'm going on Twitter to call you bad names. Okay there, Miss Eichenwald, wink wink, we get you. From Metokur's Lunicorn Archives, Onision's daughter fell out of a 2-story window and cracked her skull open. She's only a baby, and he only reacted to tapping on the garage door. No one heard her scream. Check Onision Unprivated on Twitter for January 20th. There's a police report. Oh, dude, come on. You can't have Chris Hansen hunting you like a dog and then let your fucking toddler fall out a 2-story window. What are you doing? Bad parenting. From Mellow E. I misread the title thinking it was the Great Waifu War, and you would be talking about anime waifus. I'm sad now. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint. I'll do another anime stream another time. Hopefully you've watched Somalian and the Robot, or at least read the manga. It's great. Mr. Problematic. Corona-chan is the final solution to the Mongoloid question. Taiwan #1. From Chem Trail Mix. Should have called it the Fu Manchu flu. I heard somebody call it the Winnie the Flu, which I think is probably a better name given how pissed off Z gets about that sort of thing. From Fuzhou. Enjoy the fuck flu, Jim. I'm going to fly over state. I'm safe. From Josh Moon. What's your take on Nick Fuentes going on a date with Catboy named Lolly Socks? This Catboy sucks horse dildos on stream. Poor Fuentes. Yeah, people brought this up for like a week or two, and I finally got around to watching the 10-hour date video. And I was like, okay, well, this is a bit weird. After going after, what the fuck is his name? What is his name? What is the guy's name from TPE USA? Kirk what? You know what I'm talking about. After going after him, it was a little bit weird. And then I saw the video of him sucking horse dick, and I was like, come on. Not the best optics. From Sus, I'm opening a game store in Forest Lake. Would you come in? I'll give you a discount, no joke. I just really want to see you. Also, call your mom. I probably wouldn't come in. I mostly buy my shit on Amazon or hunt on eBay. From Prophet Mohammed, damn you, evil potato nagger. I have work when this starts and will have to catch a clip on the BitChute. Go ahead and pause my neg hole with your dirty woo flu for skipping out. Oh, Daddy Jim. Charlie Kirk. There we go. Thank you, chat. I knew it was Kirk something. I almost said Kirk Cameron, but that would have been a different thing altogether. From FU Susan, place your bets on who will survive. I think the only survivors will be North Korea for going the Madagascar route and DSP. Well, again, I don't know about DSP, but North Korea's probably got it pretty gold right now. From JMF, me Chinese, me play joke, me put virus in your Coke. From Surith, every time somebody calls you Jimbo, I think of the cyborg pirate from Treasure Planet. Also, are you a fan of Metroid? Yes, I actually do like Metroid. I'm probably a bigger fan of the Prime games, so that makes me like a heathen. But I do like Metroid. I like the 2D and the 3D ones. The only one I didn't like was that fucking awful mess of a game that was on the Wii. I can't even remember the name of it at this point. All I know is it had a fucking save bug that fucked you. If you went through a door in a weird way, it fucked your whole save file up. And it was awful and dog shit. And the voice acting was trash. And the characterizations were shit. And the action was bad. And the exploration was bad. And it visually was dog shit. And the people that made it probably should kill themselves out of just pure fucking shame. But they probably won't ever do that. Other M, thank you. Other M was shit. Other M was pure shit. I know some people really like it. And then again, some people probably like playing with shit. There are corporaphiliacs in this world, so of course there's going to be people that like Other M. From Moderator Marcy, everything is made in China, from plastic toys to the next incurable disease. China number one. This is all your fault, Jim. The Lemon Emperor wants his revenge against Hong Kong. Thank you for reminding me. By the way, it also is in Hong Kong. I forgot one of the big cities that it's in. From Axis 1247, if I see one more manga about martial arts and Chinese cultivation, I will off myself. Seriously, half of them are basically made by people that want to draw hentai anyway. Oh, what is the one that's... There's one particular one that I read. Out of all the shit that I've read that basically was just porn. They may as well, it just should have just been porn. Parallel Parabellum or something like that. Let me see if I can find the name of this. I'm sure some deviant fuck in the audience knows. Let's see if I can find this. Is it Parallel Paradise? Might that be it? It's one about a dude that gets transported to another world, and there are no dudes, and every girl that he comes across instantly becomes retardedly horny. That's the whole story. It's just one dude making every woman on Earth incredibly horny. Parallel Paradise. Thank you. There we go. Just it's porn. Just make it porn. Forget all of the other shit. Just make it hardcore hentai. There's no... Why are we beating around the bush? From Seiman Nosuke, Kathy Zhu makes fun of us for eating mystery meat chicken nugs. At least she knows what she's eating when she takes a bite of Fido or Garfield. Kenny rules, hey Jim, ditch the normie weeb trash and try some real VN shit. One has you, without exaggeration, shit in the best girl's mouth to save her life. In ascending order of depravity, the Song of Seiya, Wonderful Everyday Euphoria, and Maggot Baits. I have played some VNs. Oh, fuck. I can't remember the name of them now because I blanked. But I played 2 or 3. And they're fairly enjoyable. You can see them on my Steam profile. If I ever log back in, I'm terrible about it. From Josh Moon, gay boy Nick went shopping to the arcade with the hyper-homosexual individual. I believe Nick is the new contender for Why God Does Not Hate Me Award F. From Darren Pell, press F for China. I don't know if we should be pressing F for China. I mean, they kind of brought it on themselves with having their biohazard fucking Umbrella Corporation facility right next to the goddamn open-air market. Maybe a little bit of better planning on that shit could have gone into play. You know what, in fact, let's talk about China. I really want to hit home why, hold on. I don't even want to spoil it. Let's talk about, oh God, is this the right one? Yeah, here we go. Okay, here we go. Let me give you just a brief glimpse of China when we're talking about the quality of their shit. All right, the same people that built the biohazard containment facility to deal with the most dangerous pathogens on the face of the earth, the deadliest diseases humankind have ever encountered. Those same dumb motherfuckers are responsible for this. Just take a look. This is the quality of Chinese craftsmanship.
Whoa! Holy shit!
Did you get that?
Fuck yeah, I'm videoing it. What the fuck?
I think that might be a gas station or something.
Fuck yeah, it's a gas. Whoa!
Whoa!
Oh! What the? Holy shit! No fucking way! Oh shit! Oh shit! No, baby! Oh no!
Nice! Are we dangerous here?
Yeah, we're dangerous. Oh my god! Oh dear!
Are you filming?
Yes, I'm filming!
Wow! Wow!
let's get the fuck out of here. Oh shit, run for your life. Okay, so those people, that shit you saw, those are the guys. Those are the guys that are handling, all the deadly diseases and pathogens in their super secure biocontainment fucking level 4 hazard lab. Just to give you a little perspective, Super Chatter. Now that you reminded me of that. So do we really want to play? Should we press F for China or should we press H for holy shit? I'm going to go with H on that rather than an F. I'm going to be honest. I'll let chat decide, Super Chatter, if it's an F or an H. But definitely a holy shit rather than an F for a rip and pepperoni. If you ever want to have fun, chat, go look at the aftermath. You can look up the aftermath of the area on Google Earth, and it's like a mile-sized crater. That thing was so big, the explosion was so fucking retardedly large, they turned the whole area into a giant nature park. And they made the hole a lake. That's how big that fucking disaster was. From Who Controls the World, oh no, I caught DeFru. Doom Guy at Humble Gamer, so I see you are the homosex. From Crypto, Made in the Abyss was underwhelming. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I had people recommend it though. So I am kind of looking forward to it. Maybe it's shit, but a lot of people seem somewhat hyped about it. I heard it was dark, so I will probably take a look. X Epic X Yoshi X, we are all going to die, Mr. Meteor. Well, smoke them if you got them, because you're not going to be able to smoke them later when the pneumonia kicks in. From Clown Man, is this China's revenge for Winnie the Pooh? Could very well be Z seething at the West for saying that he looked like a fat fucking bear that loves honey. From Shinny Saba, my granddad was from Wuhan. MFS for real be eating bats. I don't know why they love bat soup so much in China. I don't know why they eat such weird shit in China. I'll be honest with you, it's a bit bizarre. I'm not sure what it is about bat soup that's appealing. And I'm showing you the nice picture. There are pictures up on Twitter of people eating bat soup, and it's about as fucking horrific as you can imagine. They don't even shave the bats. They don't pluck them like you would a chicken or a turkey. They eat the hair and everything, and it's just awful. It's as awful as you can imagine. From Jormelli, Log Horizon Season 3 Tax Evasion Arc, here we come. From Permafrost, a weapon to surpass Ebola-chan. Very true. Gojira, have you seen interspecies reviewers yet? It's about a trio of guys banging monster girl hookers, and the anime is much lesser than the manga. I'll have to check it out. From Gabe Pwasharet. Okay, let me say this again. From Gabe P. Wash Here T. At least India got to be a superpower for some time. Very true. Captain Homox. Oe oe o ah ah ting tong walla walla bing bang. From Lime. Oh God, I'm coming. Oh, you want me to do that in the Kuman voice? Oh, I'm Kuman. Oh God, I'm Kuman. Oh shit. From Ocean Redux, remember, China blowtorches dogs while they're still alive, drags them down highways behind cars, and steps over the dead bodies of people without a care. There's a message deleted, so I'm not sure what it said, but okay. From Braulio Cornholio, Wu Fru was made to control Hong Kong, China #1. Master of Plague, this Wu Flu is a biological weapon. Again, I can't help myself from going back to this particular picture. Really want to drive it the fuck home. It does seem like that, doesn't it? From Leon and Claire Kennedy. Hey, Jim. Reminder that the Chinese wanted to edit the Bible, and now they're looking to be punished by the Heavenly Father. I saw somebody say this, and I thought they were full of shit. But no joke, about a month ago, around December 24th or 25th, there were news articles that came out that said China was going to rewrite the Bible to make it more in line with communist ideology or ideals. And then the first case of the Wu flu popped up a day or so later. Make of that what you will. Maybe this really is Captain Trips, a bioweapon facility right next to Ground Zero, tampering with the Bible. Suddenly a super plague is unleashed. Who knows? My username was in use. Did you see Bianca Devon's family live streaming on YouTube last night with a medium in touch with her spirit? It's the most sad thing I've ever seen. And here's to hoping the Chinese are more concerned with their image and Corona goes worldwide. No, I did not see that. Jim, your voice sounds raspy. No. From Chris Butler, 4% fatality right now, according to who? Yeah. Lulzer Spoon F. Zombie apocalypse time. A woo. Elizabeth Varing. Isaac Cappy and Tracy Timon didn't kill themselves. Hashtag Hoffman body count. From Camille Taggart. I thought you died. Welcome back. From James O'Shaughnessy. Will Truck Coon come and save us, Jim? Also, someone from Texas A&M is suspected to have coronavirus. Wait, really? Okay, I got to look that up. 1 minute, chat. Let's see if it's in Texas now. Texas A&M. Oh, no shit. For real? Yeah, here it is. All right. Breaking news. Beep, 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 or whatever. Texas A&M student showing. Okay. Texas A&M student being monitored after showing symptoms of coronavirus. An unidentified patient recently traveled from Wuhan, where the virus is raging rampant. He's back in Brazos County. So, I mean, is that where I don't know where that county is. Let's see where that is. If you're in Texas, let me tell you how fucked you are. 1 moment, folks. What cities is this near? Here, prepare to despair, chat. If you're in Texas right now, this is how close you are to the Wu flu. If you're living in Bryan, Sleep Hollow, Wixon Valley, Curtin, Benchley, Aston, Mumford, Cox Point, Snook, Wilcox Clay, Alien Farm, or Milcan, you're fucked. Congratulations, Texas. Welcome to the party. France says hello. Oh, bad news. I've seen a lot of F's in chat. Texas isn't going to turn blue or purple. It's going to turn black from necrosis after they all die from the Wu flu. That's what it's going to turn. Don't worry about the 2020 election. Texas isn't going to have anybody left to vote. Yes, I did say Alien Farm. Maybe it was Allen Farm. I think Alien Farm is better. Maybe rename that fucking town. Then somebody will drive down there and take a look. Charles Make, apparently we're all going to die of Captain Trips, Jim. How many people do you think know that's a King reference? Probably not a lot. Legato Madi, there's a video on YouTube of a pastor, Doyle Davidson, drunk preaching from the heart that Lisa is a slut and he should have fucked her sister instead. Starts at 1. Wait, okay, but I don't. What's the name of the video? Well, I'm always one to enjoy a drunk preacher talking about whores. So let's see if we can find this. Is it Doyle Davidson is a drunk and his wife is a slut at Water of Life Ministries in Texas? Okay, chat. Let's take a look. He said it starts at 1. I don't know if this is the right video or not. Who put the super chat up? Legato Madi, if you're in chat, just in normal chat, can you tell me the name of the video? Is that the name of the video? I know there's a bit of a delay. We'll wait for it to catch up. Oh, that's the one that I listed is the right one? Okay. All right. If that's the right one, let's take a look at this dude talking about his wife being a whore to the congregation. Why not? You know what? We need to have a giggle. The world's gonna burn from Corona Chan's fever-infused touch. I'll read the background. Let me do my narrator voice. Background. Lisa S. has never been married to Davidson. She's a former member of Davidson's church and married to another man. Davidson, however, claims that God gave Lisa to him in August of 1987 and that she is now his wife. Oh, fun times ahead. Nothing better than a crazy person who thinks your wife is their wife.
He gave me a wife. And her name is Lisa. Are you ready for this? And Lisa's a slut. My wife is a slut. How would you like for God to give you a wife that's a slut? Lisa is a slut. My wife that God gave me. And you want to know who told me she was a slut? God told me she was a slut. How would you like to have a wife? Take her to your party, your company party, with all your damn lying. Executives.
Okay, he sounds. Chad, am I alone on this? But this guy sounds drunk as a skunk right now. This is a sound a man makes when he's drank about, I don't know, 10 shots of whiskey, but he's trying really hard to pretend that he's sober. Am I alone on that? Do you hear that in his voice? That kind of, the way he trails off at the very end of what he says? He's got that kind of, the drunk slur that's going on. That or he's got dentures. He's either intoxicated or he has dentures. I don't know what it is, chat. But his wife is a slut. God hooked him up with a thought. Yahweh gave this man a twitch whore. So let's hear more about the slut.
This is my wife, and she's a slut. How would you like to have a wife that God gave you that's a slut? How would you like for God to give you a Baptist slut for a wife? God gave me Lisa, and she's my wife. And as long as she can get her way, she'll do anything to please her. I want to tell you, I know her personally, and I know.
Oh my God! You could just hear it. Like he's even doing that drunk thing where they fuck with their mouth. He knows how dry mouthed he sounds and how slurry he is, so he keeps kind of grabbing at his lips and shit to try to fix it. But you can't fix that level of drunk by doing that?
That she has done things to get her way that are just lowest class that you can imagine. I mean, the lowest of class. I mean, no damn class. I know that. Why? You bet. Why? Yeah. Cheat? Yeah. Cheat? Yeah.
Yeah. She's a total fucking whore. You know what I think would help this guy out? I've got some life advice for our drunken pastor who God gave a whore to. Some sage words of wisdom when it comes to women. So if you happen to know Doyle Davidson, please send him this message of enlightenment to help him deal with these bitches and whores.
Women are like dogs. Now, what do I mean? You have to treat them like you would treat a dog. You ever go up to a dog and you're afraid of the dog and the dog senses it, and the dog gets up and smells the fear coming off of you and starts barking at you and snarling at you and showing its teeth, and it's pissed off at you and doesn't like you. And you're like all insecure and tentative, like, I'm sorry, hi, can I get you a drink? I just want to be friends, please don't bite me. And what's that woman gonna do? She's gonna snarl at you. She's gonna look at you like, ew, creepy, ew, rough. If you're firm and self-confident, they respond. They get relaxed, see? Just like dogs. You go up to a dog, you know, a big, mean Doberman Pinscher, right? Or whatever, some Germanic, what's it, Rottweiler, right? Or a pit bull, you know? You go up to that dog, you know, and you say, hey, don't fuck with me, dog. So that's what you have to do. You have to treat women like dogs.
I think that'll serve him. I think that'll serve him well on his journey into insanity. I think that'll do our boy David Doyle quite well. From a Clockwork Orange, I just traveled back from Japan and the Philippines and was in Seattle Airport the day the first case was reported there. Well, it's been nice knowing you, Clockwork. Best wishes going forward. Try to die an honorable death. From Lord Asher, here's some money. Thank you. JC McHandsome Face, this expands my dong. I'm the true brother. Help, I'm trapped inside YouTube headquarters. Please help. You're going to have to like jury rig something with Franzia bottles. Find it. Here, okay. First off, you're going to need to find Susan's secret closet and grab all the empty boxes of Franzia. And then build a giant container of Franzia by melding them all together and hiding yourself inside of it. And then put a giant sticky note on the front that says, refill me. So when they send in the YouTube Franzia experts, a crew that's dedicated to this, they'll put you on a flatbed truck and bring you to the Franzia factory to be refilled. From Sugar Dust, slurp the bat soup bigot. Billy Walker, my girlfriend was coughing when I spoke to her on WeChat today. She passed through Wuhan on her way to see family for the new year. Yeah, it's this time of year. Everybody's either got allergies or they've got a cold or they've got the flu. And I've got something that mimics the symptoms of basically all of that. So it's going to make everybody super fucking paranoid. From Permafrost, the Wu flu has a low kill percent, meaning patients will infect more people before dying. This might be the one, boys. Praise be to Nurgle. From Carrie G, Ebola-chan didn't do nothing. She's a good girl. From Mr. Ordgar, I know Kung Flu. From Legato Mari, brother Ebola is the way of the devil. From Victor Phantasm, boss, I'm sorry I ate at a Chinese restaurant. The spare ribs are amazing. They are, by the way. The Chinese busboy coughed up half a digested bat on my head. I didn't tip him. Now I feel warm. Can I get a P for a pray? You're going to probably need an A for an ambulance instead. Chad, if you want to give him an A, send him on his way to a fucking quarantine. I'm sure Victor will appreciate it. From Maxwell Bond, everybody was Kung Flu fighting. From Twilight Firestar, the Kharkov virus will cleanse the world of the coronavirus amid all the non-vodka drinkers. From Joseph Kerr, get in touch with Jay Dyer and do a talk on globalism conspiracy stuff like the Finders. I would love to talk more about the Finders. That was wild shit. The Bloody Talker. Corona is the type of virus. It hasn't been named yet. SARS and MERS are both coronaviruses, so there is still hope the official name will be Wu Flu. I'm fingers crossed. I just want it to be called the Wu Flu. It's such a great name. From Tom C, reported case in Texas and there's one in Los Angeles too? Holy shit, it really is spreading everywhere. Hold on, chat. Let's check it out. Let's keep it up to date. Los Angeles. Oh, holy shit. Yeah, from the LA Times. Amid coronavirus news, LAX passenger taken to hospital for screening. Passenger who arrived at LAX tested due to concerns over the disease. God, it's showing up fucking everywhere. So now it's in Seattle. Okay, so it's in Washington, California, and Texas. It's working its way. It's like a smiley face around America, right? If you connect the dots, it's a giant smiley face. The next place getting hit is Florida. If you're in Florida, buckle up because it's coming your way. You're the next victim of the Wu flu. From Zemeckis Lebowski, hey Jim. Urban overpopulation is not a problem, winky face. From El Chupa Nibre, death to capitalist pig dogs. From the cool for ID man 90 or 697, sup Jimbo. At this point, turning China into glass would be doing the world a favor. Only a matter of time before another superbug springs from their shithole of a country and kills us all. From Matt Fields, Ebola-chan and Corona-chan need to fuck each other with their tentacles. Satan-chan will be born again. From Permafrost, this is what Varg warned us about. From Exploding Printing, I ordered Chinese food with a 6-pack of Coronas. The guy delivered collapse on my front porch. What do? Well, you tip him because he brought you the Corona, and then you lift his shirt up to admire his 6-pack. From Sublin, Berserk. Hey, I don't know, Sublin, are you aware of this? But in Berserk, this black dude fucks this guy in the ass. Keep it on the down low, though. Not a lot of people know that in Berserk, somebody gets butt fucked by a really big, muscular black dude. Robbie, don't care. Tell Heather Green to stop copying me. You heard him, Heather. From Dyslexia I Have, they've finally given a name to the virus, nCoV, and they're almost certain it originated in bats who transferred it to snakes, which then jumped to humans. It's a cycle of life. I'm going to start breaking out into Lion King songs now. From Victor Phantasm, Boss Ozzy Osbourne released a detachable bat head plush. Ironic. Will Ozzy Osbourne be the Robert Neville from I Am Legend? Is this real life? Oh no, we've surpassed real life. We're in surreal life at this point. From John McPherson, Texas A&M has a student that just came back from Wuhan having symptoms as well. Rogue Fragment, Jim, I got a really bad cough earlier this week. Just what's my likelihood of dying from the Wu flu? Well, if you weren't near any Chinese people, I'd say you're golden. If you were near Chinese people, if they went to Wuhan, it's been nice knowing you. Why would you do that? Maybe Papa Nurgle finally had an answer to our prayers with Wukun. The SPCL Flash. Watch Texanozel, you boomer, it's really good. From Alex Stinsky. God damn it, Jim, I needed to get to work today, or my work done today, you fuck. Now instead I'm stuck here watching some Wing Wong bullshit, and I can't stop. I have a problem. Well, I think we all have a problem. And that problem's going to be about 3 weeks from now when we're fighting people in the grocery store to get the meager supplies we can to survive the apocalypse. So you might as well go buy some rice, beans, MREs, and ammunition, fuel, and medicine while you can. From Twilight Firestar. The only cure for this is Raid Shadow Legends, the best RPG PvP game with over 6 million users. Download with the code FUCKMYASS and receive 100,000 silver, an epic champion, and free corona vaccine. Again, that download code is FUCKMYASS for Raid Shadow Legends. From Baron von Ugram Sternberg, Alien stream with David Stay when? I know I have to get to it, but shit keeps popping up. You know, I heard he had somebody from, was it Mad TV on recently? Which is fucking amazing. I remember watching that. I used to watch Mad TV, Kids in the Hall, just a whole bunch of them. Upright Citizens Brigade, a lot of good stuff. From Charles Mack, I heard the RZA and the GZA and the rest of the Wu-Tang Clan are all immune from the Wu flu. Is that true? Well, I heard Martin Shkreli actually bought their immunity from them and is keeping it in the same vault as their unreleased album. Jacob Malaka. This smells like biological warfare. The Chinese government sacrificed their own people and started the virus for the sake of population control. Well, let's talk about this. Let me pull that map up one more time. Okay, there are two possibilities here. Super Chatter. I'm going to say either possibility A, the biohazard laboratory located across the river from the open air market played some role in this virus getting out, either intentionally or unintentionally. Or option number 2, choice B in this scenario, is that river happens to be the one that most Chinese parents under the one-child policy bring their unwanted daughters to drown them in, and all the gelatinous remains of those dead babies has coagulated and joined together to form some uber creature which is consuming people, and that is why a quarantine is in place, because they don't want the world to see that there finally is a kaiju, and it lives in Japan, and it's made up of dead Chinese girl babies. One of the two. One of those two possibilities, I leave it to the chat to decide. A or B, 1 or 2, it's all up to you. From Good Dindu, what a great day. I get a stream, but my favorite rice cooker and a bunch of insect people get sick. LOL. God bless Jimbo. Stratos Radio Blues, wonder what the Kowtowing Corporation's reaction will be if half of their new consumers are too busy fighting off egg roll Ebola to spend more money. Did somebody actually say patrolled in chat? That's one way of putting it. Punished Huey, Texas A&M student has the woo flu now. Autism forums, well, at least we get to experience the end, Jimbo. Everything will burn. From Radio Ruin, just a reminder, nothing ever happens, ever. From Merlot Williams, hey boss, whatever happened to that crazy fungus you made a video on? Heard nothing, or have you heard anything new? Seems like 2020 is off to a cracking start. Wu Chan, number 1. Let me put her picture up one more time here. Serving some delicious bat soup to a very tired lady. Look at her sleeping on the floor there. Come on. This is China. You've got work to do. You can't just sleep on the floor like that, spitting up blood. Eat your bat soup and go back to work. Foxconn didn't install suicide nets for you to sit on your ass. Go assemble those iPods. From Riri121, remember kids, Captain Trips does not exist. Radio Ruin. Jim, can I get a flu-woo? I can try. Flu-woo! Maybe? From Lucas, I had to put my cat down today. $500, rip pieces, love. Well, it's, at least the cat won't have to be around to watch everybody get sick. So, reading the story of the, when they showed the fucking market, right? This particular market that they were blaming this on. As you walk through it, they've got every single possible animal you can imagine in cages. They've got little meerkats, they've got fucking gophers, they have porcupines, they've got cats and dogs, they've got birds and bats. It's fucking insane. Terminally fat, nothing comfier than coming home to a gym stream after waging. Thanks for giving me something to look forward to this evening, other than masturbating. Well, now that you brought it up, coming back from your waging, not the masturbation part. Though I'm sure you're Coben. Let me see if I can find this clip here. Oh, it might take me a minute. But it's a product I think you'll appreciate if I can actually find it. We'll see how far down it is. If it's too far down and I'm just lazy, I probably won't find it, but we'll give it a shot. I'm not even sure where I would have put this, but I think I'm getting close. Sorry, Chad. I wish I had some background music to play. Oh, here we go. I found it. Okay, let me put this up. Okay. And how am I going to do this? Try it like this. Okay, I think that should be centered well enough. For your hard day of wage slaving, here you go. A new product for your workplace.
Wagey, getting cagey. Boss needs help now, don't be lazy. 0 breaks will make you crazy. I'll tell the gods to get their daisy. Need to get the loans. Work your fingers to the bones. Bosses need vacation homes. Don't trust unions, voting pairs. Buy all of bosses consumer wares. We'll stay seated in our chairs and make our bosses millionaires.
Oh, I hope you're ready for the future, Super Chatter. They've got mobile wagey cages. They're bringing them everywhere. There's no escape. I'm sorry. This is your future. Stuck in a little box in an office. Oh, with an uncomfortable chair. And there's no privacy because they have 2 windows. And there's only one vent that they can close from the outside. Oh, you're not working hard enough? We're going to close the vent. That's your fucking future. Somebody actually made a wage cage. And they went all San Francisco with it. They made it all super fucking fancy. Just perfect. From Isaac Zamani. Maybe the Chinese government teamed up with the Umbrella Corp. Hope Ada Wong makes it out. Well, I think she will. She's a tough gal. From Zach Kowalski. Here's a depressing video of a Chinese guy freaking out over not having enough sick beds or resources. Listen to the distress in his voice. Well, I guess we can try. All right, let me pull it up here. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Let me try this. Oh, it's going to be a pain in the ass, isn't it? All right. 1 second, chat. Okay. All right. Apparently, a doctor in Wuhan freaking out because he doesn't have enough beds for his patient. Let's take a look at the video. If it'll pop up. Here we go.
我都不想回家，我不想回家过年啊！你们做了什么？你们做了什么？你们5个只是看了800个病，还他妈1天4个班，还把我们除了8个门诊去上班，我们不想活。你自己看，你们到底想干什么？你们啊！ 我不要人，你把那些病人都搞走，躺在地上那个拿走。痛不痛啊？你不跟院长说不要干了，你们给搞得就把我免了算了，叫我滚蛋，回家，不想跟我这样说。
Okay, I'm going to have to call shenanigans here. All right, first off, I think that guy is mad because the chick is taller than him, and we call that manlet rage. I'm fairly certain he's on the phone with the director of the hospital saying, listen, I can't have this bitch who's my nurse be 3 inches taller than me. Everybody is looking down on me, literally. Have you ever heard of a streamer by the name of Destiny? We're at the same height. I can't live with this anymore. I need a surgery. Can you break my femur bones and stretch them? Put some iron bars in there so I grow a little bit taller? I can't live with the shame of being shorter than a woman in China. The plight of the manlet. That's cruel. Somebody in chat said manlets rise up. That's just mean. That's mean to say to a manlet. That's something they're never going to do. But yes, his credit score is great. It's impeccable. Okay. Let's move past laughing at their misery. From Lucas, Winix is having a 50% off HEPA carbon air purifier sale. Good to know. Twilight Firestar, Zinny the Pooh, a tubby little chubby all stuffed with fluff. He's Zinny the Pooh, censoring murderous tyrant bear. From Ian Jarrett, thanks for ruining my gaming session. Well, glad I could help. You know what? Oh, ruining your gaming session? Oh, you know what I got to say to that, buddy? Huh? You want to? Oh, your little gaming session got ruined, huh? Oh, here you go.
All haters can suck my huge dick. Lol.
Oh, yeah, blown the fuck out. Oh, you should join Space Force, nigga, because you're in orbit now. I blew you so fucking far up into the air, you're in the you passed the stratosphere. You're on your way to the moon. From an unpronounceable name, God, Jim, I have a mild cough. Am I going to die? Yes, you are. From Mike Oxlong, I donated a gallon of my swimmers to pay for rent this month. Had a little extra, so here you go. Are you telling me you're sending me semen? I don't know. I didn't know YouTube accepted that, but okay. A lot of lonely women working at Google, are there? From Nerdbane, Year of the Plague Rat, Tyler Knox, I gotta say Resident Evil Wuhan Edition. We need to call Wuhan Raccoon City and the Chinese Government Umbrella Corporation. $10 says they're going to need it by people growing eyeballs. From Mark Skog, pretty sure Baltimore shot 17 people last Saturday. Can we off them all now? From Blue Satoshi, the pathogen spreads rapidly. Anthony Selbert, a Wu flu telephone 56789. Rambo Jumbo, let the infected come. The Wu flu cannot hope to be or best our battle-tested Western Wu flu. A Wu. Saying a Wu is fucking my throat up, I think. So let me give it a really good go. A Woo! Penguin mistake mustache. Or penguin mustache. There's no mistake there. The mistake was mine. Reading about the Kung Fu flu last night, wondered if Zinni didn't care at first because he hates the peasants and only now is getting spooked. Again, I think it's more they're ashamed and they're freaking out about it. From Shane Allen, got back in anime just before you started covering it. Been weeping out since now. I'm just waiting for the disease to make its way to every Asian country and wipe out all sources of anime. Can't seem to have anything nice. God, we're going to be stuck with people like fucking Todd Howard doing our anime now. Let that sink in. Fox Anderson, say hello to the coming FEMA government takeover. Giant fucking retard. Here's some shekels for the upcoming second Warlord era collapse. By the way, I miss Photon. I think we all miss it. Foregone isn't man-made or the biggest coincidence, Lamau. Asher Vandal, why does this shit always come out of China? See, now that's a great question. Why is it that this shit always comes out of China? Maybe it's because they have a bioweapon testing facility with the security of, a ghetto fucking liquor store. Sebastian Anon, evening, Jim. Forget Jade, Wu Flu is the new waifu. Also, it's appropriate that it's the year of the rat on the lunar calendar. By the way, are you going to celebrate Chinese New Year this weekend? I'm going to celebrate it by staying the fucking inside. You think I'm going outside with all those Asians? You're out of your fucking mind. I want to live. I'll celebrate Chinese Lunar New Year next year when they're all dead. And I'm alive because I hid in the closet. That's Jimmy's plan. That and building a ditch, digging a hole with hat money and Metokur cups. That's how I'm going to survive this. From Jessica Eustis. See, this is what happens when you eat Uyghur nuts, or Uyghur guts. I had two different things, I suppose. From Fuckboy. Wait, I'm from Seattle and I want to watch you more. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Looks like it's gone from Seattle to LA to Texas. It's already hopping all over the place. From Mario Kart 13, Roddy Rich, about to put China in the box. Xenophag Uprising, this adds a new meaning to yellow fever. Quite literally, it does, you're right. From Robert Keating, China made Captain Trips from the book, The Stand by Stephen King about a civilization-ending plague. Good book, and they did a miniseries in the 90s that was pretty good. I don't know. It was okay. The miniseries was okay. Most 90s miniseries about Stephen King shit was okay. It was okay. The Stand was okay. I believe there was one other one that he did that was semi-decent. But they were never stellar. From Bunny Tots, Baltimore had an infected person now. Texas too. Come on. I'm gonna look this up. Let's look it up. Oh, okay, I'm not seeing Baltimore. So you. Oh, is there? I'm seeing people talking from Baltimore. Okay, maybe that one hasn't hit yet. I don't know. I don't understand what the fuck is going on. How is it popping up everywhere? Oh, that's right, air travel. It's almost like quarantining doesn't work. Because if a disease is basically a slow buildup for 2 weeks, you're fucked. And you're not going to catch them with a fever detector. Just like the guy in Seattle that took 4 days after landing to go to the doctor. From JJL, 5 Pounds says that it's a bioweapon and they fucked it up. Again, I wouldn't disagree. From Slit Bodman, or Bodmod, sorry. I go to a college with a lot of Chinese students. Well, it was nice knowing you. Frank Underwood, have you seen Sword Art Online? It's my favorite anime. Check it out, my man. I do believe I've watched it, actually. From Avalon, Blood for the Blood God, Skulls for the Skull Throne. Victor Phantasm Boss, I recommend you the HEPA 95 mask from Lowe's. It's good enough for tuberculosis. That, and they say, stay in your igloo, slowly eating jade. We love Ava. HEPA 95 mask, huh? Let me take a look. Let's see what this is. You either think this is a really funny joke to send me out to my fucking death, or it's a decent product. What is this? What is this? What, oh, okay. They say it's a there's no way this is a respirator. Okay, I want to show you guys a picture. Just tell me honestly what comes to mind when you look at this. Tell me if this looks like a fucking respirator to you. This is related to what he recommended. Here we go. Does that look like a respirator to you? What do you think that looks like when you look at that particular picture? To me, it looks like a pair of somebody's underwear. Is somebody selling their fucking underwear and saying it's a respirator to fuck with people? It looks like a pair of fucking underoos. Oh, hey, you want to survive the apocalypse? Oh, you need a good breathing filter. Oh, don't the brown stain, that's the extra charcoal protection. You want to put that right on your nose, you fucking idiot? Yeah, put the brown stain right on your that's charcoal. Keeps all the bad stuff out. Oh, it smells like shit? That's because it's protecting you from the pollutants. Yeah, put those Huggies on your fucking face. Oh, we call that, this is high-tech stuff. We call that Fruit of the Loom protection. Trying to get me to fucking put underwear on my face. Nice. Nicely done. By the way, that's called the Kimberly-Clark Disposable Healthcare Respirator, the N95 PK35. It's Kimberly-Clark's used underwear that this fucking whore is selling as a goddamn respirator on the open fucking market. Kimberly-Clark, what are you doing? Oh, it smells a little fishy in here, Kimberly. I thought you said the charcoal would take care of that. From Zuko Urquhart, why does H1N1 get no love? Swine flu was just a Canadian thing. Iron Maiden Jimbo got silenced by the glow-in-the-darks. Oh, it happens all the time. Oh, they're coming to get me. From ETR, Wuhan is downriver from the Three Gorges below the dam. From Joshua Jung, don't worry, DSP will be fine. He'll be on stream to keep you entertained while you slowly die. And would like to rewind you to Tip. That helps the most right now as he gets through those right away. Captain Homix, I live in Houston and am showing cold symptoms. One last superberry for Daddy Jim before I dig my pit. Make sure it's deep. Don't want that contagion getting out. Got to go a little below 6 feet. Add an extra foot, make it 7 feet deep, just to be safe. From Drew Durant, you the man. From K, Jim, buy an AR plus night vision and hold down the fort while Jade stocks up on anime and ammo whilst you can. You know what? What was I looking at? Yeah, I'll tell you what I was looking at for guns. If I can find it, if I saved it. That's not what I wanted to do, but I did it anyway. Learn a lesson. Okay. All right, sorry, chat. 1 second here. All right, so you said AR plus night vision. All right, let me show you. This is what I was looking at. Mr. No Guns here was looking at guns to protect myself from the zombie hordes that are surely going to come. Can I put this up on screen? I think so. I was going to get a Model 870 Special Purpose Marine Magnum for my big boy gun. Oh, yeah, look at that beauty. There we go. That's what I was going to. I think that'll take care of the zombies, folks. The Woombies. It's a Wu Flu zombie. That's what I like to call it. Special retail price only $841. Well, oh, fuck me. But there you go. That's what I was looking at. There's no such thing as too expensive when it comes to fancy, shiny guns. Okay? No such thing. I asked them, could you make it out of diamonds? And they just laughed and said, yes, we will do that. We don't know how good it'll shoot, but sure, you dumb son of a bitch, we'll do that. From Evil Frog 88, the Lemon Emperor is coming for his lemons, Jimbo. Well, that man does love his lemons. From Mobile Crusader, the Wee Police are after your lemons because of the disinfecting properties. Well, that's very true. The Concerned Westerner bets on when China starts firebombing cities. Oh, I'm going to guess they'll reach that point when they actually start releasing real numbers. Count Mouse Ferratu. Look, I know a few rats. I can put in a good word and keep you off the infection list, but it'll cost you. That's right, all the cheese. From Joe Cameron, this is all his punishment for the Uyghur genocide. Jin Pachu, I have a cough, Jim. Enjoy my $5 before the flu kills me. Well, I've got a cough too, but that's just from irresponsible smoking for years. Maybe that's what's going to say my lungs are so full of tar that the disease can't get inside me. From Cheeky Queefs, why this dumb bitch named Elizabeth is trans. From the Turkish Zoo, Jade is a Chinese agent and was ordered by the Chinese government to shut you down. But because she's a woman, she screwed up and failed. From Johnny Booyah, Jim, let's be honest, we don't need an excuse to quarantine Florida or California for that matter. That is very true. The Bloody Talker, bet you $5 China made this to get back at us for Winnie the Pooh memes about great leader. But the rats escaped the lab. Hail the year of the rat. From Merlot Williams, didn't Aiden Paladin say she had a persistent cough? I don't know. I don't listen to Aiden Paladin, so I wouldn't know if she's coughing or not. I like my comment, fam. Watch Contagion 2011, Jim, an a Wu Flu preview. Yeah, I think I've seen that as well, but it might not be bad to rewatch it to see how things are going to go. From Permafrost, Poxy, get in the boxy. From Ghost of Recon China, number one regret, you can't harvest those organs. Now that we're into this, let me, where is it? Where would I go for this? I was thinking about this earlier. I'm going to pull this picture up one more time. I almost went with this as because you did a little rhyming scheme there. A map to the market. Okay. If you notice, it's probably hard to see, but going from the market to the university, like that bridge to the right and the bridge to the left, like it's called the Ring Road. And it just reminded me of Ring Around the Rosie. I know this is getting gay, but that was based on a disease, which got me to thinking of what song am I going to open this up with? What song would I go with? And I wanted to go with this song, so I'm going to play it because it gives me an excuse to grab another drink to finish up the Super Chats. It's an oldie but a goodie, but I think it's probably fitting for all the things that are happening at the moment.
Don't never laugh as a hearse goes by, for you may be the next to die. They wrap you up in bloody sheets to drop you 6 feet underneath. They put you in a pine wood box and cover you up with dirt and rocks. It all goes well for about a week, and then your coffin begins to leak, and the worms crawl in, the worms crawl out, the worms play pinochle on your snout. They eat your eyes, they eat your nose as you begin to decompose. A slimy beetle with demon's eyes chews through your stomach and out your sides. Your stomach turns to rancid grease, and pus pours out like melted cheese. You spread it on a slice of bread, and that's what you'll eat when you're dead. And the worms crawl out, the worms crawl in, the worms that crawl in are lean and thin, the ones that crawl out are fat and stout. Your eyes fall in and your hair falls out, your brain turns into maggot pie, your liver starts to liquefy, and for the living all is well as you sink further into hell. And the flames rise up to drag you down into the fire where you will drown. Your skin melts off as you descend, and Satan tears you limb from limb. Your suffering will never end. And the worms crawl in, the worms crawl out, they'll eat your guts and then shit them out. And when your bones begin to rot, the worms remain, but you do not. So don't ever laugh as a hearse goes by, for someday you'll be the one to die. And when death brings his cold despair, ask yourself, will anyone care?
Oh, there we go. Oh boy, now it's touching. Touching song. There we are. All right, let's jump back in here. I have my drink. I can finally talk again without coughing, which is good. I need to hide those symptoms so I can get into France and make everybody sick. I want to outdo our typhoid Mary here. Actually, where the fuck was she? I was going to put that up on screen. There we are. Can I just say this woman's the world's largest bitch? I mean, is that acceptable to say that she's the world's largest bitch? How self-conceited are you? Like, how up your own ass are you that you know that this disease is potentially really dangerous and super transmissible? You could be a super carrier. You don't know. I mean, that happened with SARS. And you're gonna pull some underhanded shit to sneak into an airport to get to a foreign country, and then go on social media and brag about it. Actually talk shit to the host country that you're in. It's stunning. It's remarkable. I'm surprised the French didn't just line her up against the wall and deal with it. I'm not exactly sure 100% what happened. I'm fairly certain the government of China was embarrassed, and I think the French were pissed. And hopefully they threw her ass out of the country. Just hucked her into the water. But we'll never know. We'll never know what the fate of this woman was. Okay, where are we? From Ghost of Recon, China's #1 regret, you can't harvest those organs. From Renal Volgarin, a Seattle News excerpt, staff use a robot with a stethoscope to care for the man. An attempt to limit physical contact with him. Only 10 to 12 credentialed healthcare workers have access to his room. Well, I'd love to relate to you a story of when they thought I had the swine flu. I showed up sick as shit to the hospital. And I don't know if you've ever had the flu test done, where they take this cotton swab that's the size of a fucking 12-inch ruler, and they shove it up your nostril. And it feels like they're gouging they're like gouging right behind your eyeballs. And of course, the nurse doesn't give two fucks how much that hurts. And they do one nostril, and afterwards you're weeping like a bitch, hoping that that's the end of the torture. But no, they need to do both of them. And so they do this fucking test and they put you in a hospital room. And then none of the doctors or nurses want to come in because they don't know, does he have the swine flu? Is this some weird fucking shit that's going on right now? And so when it's your meal time and you're sweating like a pig from a horrible fever and you feel like death and you're all alone in your hospital room and you fucking realize that the food you were supposed to get hasn't shown up and it's been like 5 fucking hours and you crawl your way out of bed and, well, what do you know? The nurse, who's a gutless fuck, has left your food at the door on the outside because she didn't want to bring it in. I don't know, I just felt like going off on that a little. It's a nice fucking experience, let me tell you. Some kind of taco. Hey, speaking of biolabs and infections in major cities, what are your thoughts on RE3 Remake so far? Well, you know, I've been looking forward to it. I'm hoping it's good. I don't care that, I know some people were upset Nemesis smiles. Oh, his teeth. I don't care. I'm looking forward to it. I love Resident Evil. I've even played the bad Resident Evil games. From Roto 2K10, your sentence, lifespan imprisonment without parole and an ISO cube. This is non-negotiable. Let me die. Have mainlanders blame the Wu flu on the Hong Konganites. Anderson Paladin, it was nice knowing you. From Edward Ramirez, speaking of firewood, have you seen Men Behind the Sun? No, I don't think I have, actually. Richard Gruber, really activates your almonds, really crinkles your cranberries, really canoodles your noodle, really gets burrow your noggin a joggin'. JC McHandsomeface, in the words of Bob Page, why contain it? Flawless Nika, quite a coincidence, Year of the Rats on Saturday. Yeah, it's all adding up, isn't it? We've got a nice little just coming together of all those coincidences to make a hell of a happening. From Blue Satoshi, Year of the Rat, more like Year of the Great Horned Rat, am I right? Skaven must be having a field day. From Joey Jojo, the Umbrella Corporation really dropped the ball. I wonder how the BSAA is going to handle this outbreak. Hopefully. There won't be any time. There are always tyrants. What are you talking about? There's at least 2 or 3 tyrants. You can't get away from them. From Alex Staninsky, Plague 2024, I'd vote for it. Michael Kramer, Truck-kun, take me away to the Iseki world with big-titted anime waifus because I don't want to watch, or I don't want to catch, the Wu flu. I think we all want Truck-kun to come and take us. From Road Warrior 2, it turns out that 5 provinces that are well within your circle have about 328 million people between them. That's roughly the same as the U.S. population. Christ, imagine the riots and starvation deaths if the exclusion zone expands. If that's actually true and there are 328 million people in that radius, it's about to get dicey. Because again, I don't think this is actually bullshit. I think that there are people freaking out. I've seen pictures and videos of them rushing grocery stores and banks. If they're freaking out that much after a day or two, well, what do you think it's going to look like in a week? And what do you think it's going to look like if they include more cities? Oh, it's going to be a fucking shit show. 328 million people in the zone. That's not fun. From Jack, hey, Mr. Metokur, did you watch the Bianca Devon stream raid last night? Shit was epic. I know, somebody mentioned that earlier, though, asking if I'd watched it. I've not seen it. From Stratos Radio Blues, in the words of Albert Wesker, complete global saturation. Also suggests Jazz House by Max Anarchy as an intermission or outro tune. From Spud Nukes, we've seen the security footage from Chinese factories and all the Looney Tunes way their workers die. We can expect the same standards in their level 4 bio facility, so it's RE8 Wuhan edition. Yeah, basically. Wasn't RE6 set in part of like China? So I mean, it's not that far off. From Lulzerspoon F, everybody had Kung Fu flu virus. It spread as fast as lightning. It was a little bit frightening. The Great Wang Flu virus. Ocean Redux, HIV-2, a sodomite boogaloo. I said it for you. You're welcome. Jessica Eustace, fun fact, during the Black Plague, Pope Clement had to consecrate the entire Rhone River. because there was no room left to bury the dead in cemeteries. Better get someone to bless the Yangtze River. Well, we'll see if that ends up happening. That are the world's biggest bonfires. I'm watching videos. Jim is interested in both kinds of sickos online. Adolf Hitler. What does Jade think of the possibility of thousands of dead Chinese? Well, she does. She wants to hunker up. We both want to bunker up if shit hits the fan, and we'll probably live in the woods, in harmony with nature. I don't know. We have our own shit hits the fan scenario bug out procedures. So we'll see how that goes. From Dark Eternal 6, CK2 lads know the solution to this. Close thine gates. From Senpai Tram, us Pajits shit in the street and wipe our asses with our bare hands, and we have fewer disease outbreaks than China. How do they even manage that? Well, they aren't a superpower like you are yet, so you need to be kinder to them. From Radio Ruin, my dad used to build satellites for Laurel. He attended a rocket launch in China that crashed into a hotel and killed 600 people. No one knows about it. China is definitely lying about the body count. From Sensodyne, is it safe to say the Chinese is our guy? God, I don't know. I don't know if I'd say they're our guys because they're probably going to kill us. From Slate Gamer or Garner, Jim, it's me, Slate G. I think I decided to start shipping Wu Flu Chan with Candida Oris Coon. This is the pairing of the century. I can't wait for it all to end. Not in a worldwide civil war, but with a few coughs and honks. From Matthew D. You know, part of the Chinese herbal medicine can be miscarried fetuses, which can be used to increase dopamine. Call Sargon. We need him at this hour. It reminds me of a story from, I did current year cookout video where women did horrible shit to prove their feminism. And aside from like period brownies and fucking sloughed off period uteral lining bacon, I think one of them involved fetuses. Just really horrible shit. Actually thinking about it's making my stomach upset. So I probably will skip that. From BA, I work on a campus that's partnered with the university in Anhui, 300 miles from Wuhan. Blowing my nose right now, guess I'll die. Xenophage Uprising, do a gaming stream and play Plague Inc. I don't know if Plague Inc. is a game anybody wants to watch someone play. I think it's more of one of those... Here's what I think of Plague Inc., honestly. It's probably a good game, but I bet it's one of those games that you think is better than it is. You ever play one of those? Where you're like, holy shit, this is going to be a great game. And you play about 10 or 20 minutes of it, and you're like, oh, I get everything now. And 30 minutes into it, you're like, I don't want to play this anymore. And then 3 years later, you remember, oh shit, I own Plague Inc. That's what it reminds me of. So I don't know how interested people would be. From Alex Stinsky, woohoo, and I felt like I'm dying. XYZ, 18 dead, not great, not terrible. Xenophage Uprising, I just want to know what info the citizens of Wuhan had on the Clintons. Well, probably the same kind of stuff that the Epsteins did. First, you had Jeffrey Epstein doing a suicide flip off the top bunk with a noose made of toilet paper. Then you had another Epstein who was like a professor who was bitching about Google rigging the election for Hillary Clinton, and then suddenly his wife died, and now he's out giving interviews saying that maybe that's related. So who knows? From I Hate Yankees, it's happening. Max Power, please never change Papa. From Cozy Glow, I heard a woo. Are you a girl? Are you in Cali? Please be. You want a :3 with me? Is that what you're saying? I'm watching videos. It all keeps tumbling down. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. From Daily Freaks, this is literally how it happened in World War Z book. Max Brooks fucking called it. Shut it down. From Birdner, sanitariums are about to be back in fashion, Jim. From Joshua Young, just a reminder, Darkside Phil says PewDiePie is irrelevant. Does he now? The Strange Vanilla Man. Mandar's backstory was basically Darth Vader, but written 20 years beforehand and with less melodramatic and terrible. Road Warrior 2, a SARS virologist who just flew back to Hong Kong after a one-day inspection in Wuhan told correspondents that the Wuhan outbreak is at least 10 times larger than SARS, which means between 60 to 80,000 people. All right, well, that updates our figure then. I said it was between, that people were saying it was between 1,700 and 10,000, and now you have a virologist saying it could be upwards of 80,000. So it's fucking crazy, but the numbers keep expanding. Every time some outsider comes in or somebody not directly under Chinese authority, who has a little bit of leeway to talk, the numbers start increasing. From Padre Speaks, back on D-Live, you used to play audio from some racist conspiracy theory sounding guy. What was his name? All hail Wooflu. I think you're talking about Francis E. Declan Esquire, and he used to write letters to local judges and legal officials telling them that he knew about their conspiracy to control him with Frankenstein radio control earphone radios. You can find some of the readings of his up on YouTube. It's Franklin, you know what, I'll just look it up so I get the right name here. Is that not the right name? Maybe I got it wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. Francis E. Declan Esquire. There we go. Francis E. Declan, or Deck Esquire. Okay. There's one up there right now. I don't know if they have the original one, but it's the To All Judges ones, where he wrote a letter to a judge talking about how the judge's wife wanted him to eat her pussy, and how he wasn't interested in eating the judge's wife's pussy. Which is a hell of a letter to write to a judge. Tooniest Tunes for Scythia from Tigger's McNickers. Can the Ching Chong virus reach 41%? That the Chop Daw Ding Dong mental virus proudly boasts. Here's to hoping. Purple Oblivion up to 25 now, Jimbo. David Henry Posadas, we are fucked. From Terry Hesticles, my ex is in China. Who's irresponsible now, cunt? You won that one. You should send her a little gift. You should send her a little like Hallmark card that says, on the front it's like I thinking of you, and then when it opens up, it says in a casket, bitch, because you're gonna die from the Wu flu. Sincerely, the ex that you dumped. P.S. Who's laughing now? Maybe that's I've gone overboard with that, perhaps. Think about it. It might be the right approach to take. But I'm not a love guru, so I can't tell you. From Dyslexia I have. Did you see they're building a new hospital in Wuhan that'll be ready in 6 days just for the coronavirus patients that'll be destroyed after? Wow, it's always thinking ahead. They're the ones with multiple cities of fake cities where they'll build up some giant metropolitan area and nobody lives there. So of course they're already building a new fucking hospital. Lord Chippy Dip, always Bagina will kill you. Zoomer Doomer, Jim, my university reported that there might be one case of the flu. In case I die, I just wanted to say I really enjoyed your videos, you potato knicker. Well, stop going to your university and tell them that you fear for your safety and they can send you your homework at home. From the Turkish Zoo, Boogie confirmed as patient 0 and first death RIP. Padre Speaks, given any thought to a series on Legend of the Galactic Heroes? I'm on season 3, and this show was decades ahead of its time. All hail Wooflu. Yeah, I can't praise enough, especially the original run of the show. Like the original 110 episodes or whatever it was, is some of the best fucking anime I've ever watched. I know it's heavy on politics, but it's got good battle scenes in there. They don't adhere to the idea that you can't kill off main characters. They're self-referential, making jokes about how shitty anime is. So it's just good all around. It's good shit all around. My 2 cents is, here's for some plumbing for your bunker. Well, thank you. Road Warrior 2 is an example of black humor. Plague Inc., which has been released 8 years ago, surged to become the most popular app in China. Retrend. Remember, bird, bird, buck, buck. From J Sweetie 24, can you confirm that your merch hats do not come from Wuhan, China? No, sadly, I cannot confirm that. I don't know where they get their fucking hats from. Hopefully, it's not going to show up and kill you. XYZ, why contain it? In the end, they'll beg us to save them. Chairman Pooh. Black Knight Jack, now that you've got an excuse to play Fuck My Sister Leon memes on stream, I want you to play that video Leon from the channel Chris Redfield on stream. I assure you it's safe for work. I might have already played that when I did DLive and Stream Me streams. I used to have a whole selection of the You Need to Fuck My Sister clips because I found them ridiculous and I enjoyed them, but I might have already played that. From Elizabeth Bathory, just let the little Chinese virus girl hug you, Jim. Now that's how they get you. From Tilf Digi T, watch out, Jimbo, the Wu Flu knows Kung Fu. From Chem Trail Mix, rip to weird Chinese and Japanese porn, all is lost. Yeah, I don't know where you're going to get your tentacle hentai now. It's pretty much fucked, isn't it? You're going to have to use the power of your imagination. From Sarah Dragon CCP wants population control. From K-pop guitar, M in your jade bitch. Well, good to know, I guess. From Nurax, Texas and LA. VV Trey, Texas. From 00, my face when watching Wooflu numbers stonks, JPEG. Clown World Order, don't panic, Jim. DSP will be just fine. Well, as long as that precious angel is alive, I have nothing to worry about. From Arbiter 365, all hail to the Great Purge brother. From Blortigal the Great, I always get worried when you laugh and mention the UK. It's never good news. We've not done anything great since the war. From Arbiter 365, all hail to the Great Purge brother. Q1 Fiend, take my $5 and buy some ammo for the coming zombie apocalypse. Also, there's now a live Underwear Hampshire stream on Twitch. Yeah, you know, the Hampshire guy, he at first he had a bunch of Redditors fucking with him, right? And then he started having these Twitch idiots come after him. And then, the vegan community decided to hate him for some reason. I have no idea why. He just wants to build an underwater utopia for hamsters. That's all. That's his goal. And build little hamster vehicles, little hamster submarines and boats and airplanes and shit. And they fucking hate him for it, and I don't understand it. From Dr. Glitch, typhoid is also called double dragon due to shitting and puking at the same time. 23 Revan 84, save us, Jim, from the virus with your child army. I think they'll probably all die. It's old, young, and immunocompromised seem to be the victims. This time you're going to have to tough it out yourself. I'm gonna have to say. From Goof Troop, DSP will shed off the human form to reveal his true roach self and will survive, and will still somehow get donations. From Late Chenase, praise God for his just punishing of the nations. From Sean Turner, waiting for your Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship. Oh, fingers crossed. We all. From Eduardo Ramirez, DSP spent $40,000 on a 4 out of 5 star Hulk Hogan card. That is fucking depressing. From Orby3 Tinny, hey Jim, first time tipper, but just wanted your opinion because I think I've been letting a man suck my dick for the past couple of weeks. Though there was a window, but every time I could never see or touch her. Let's say that again. Jim, first time tipper, but just wanted your opinion because I think I've been letting a man suck my dick for the past couple of weeks. Through the window, but every time I do, I can never see or touch her. So what window is this you're using? Is this at your home? Is this like a window facing the street and you're just putting your cock out of it? Because for all you know that it could be like 20 different people. It could be the Mexican family next door. So it could be Rodrigo and Hector and Venezuela and their dog Puco. Like you know that's the danger of putting your cock out of a window that you're not in control of. The Turkish Zoo, DSP won't have to pay when the virus kills us all. It might be his way out. From Finn Frog, Aqualung, my friend, don't Don't you turn away uneasy, for you see it's only me. From Robert, a bat sneezed on a Chinaman and destroyed civilization. 2020 is living up to the hype. And Fox Anderson, Deus Ex intro, 1080p, play it now. The Deus Ex HD intro. All right, let's. Well, that'll probably get me copyrighted, but maybe I'll play it as an outro. Let me see if I can find it here.
This plague, the rioting is intensifying to the point where we may not be able to contain it.
Why contain it? Let it spill over into the schools and churches. Let the bodies pile up in the streets. In the end, they'll beg us to save them.
I've received reports of armed attacks on shipments. There's not enough vaccine to go around.
I got it. I got the point you wanted me to play. I went right to it, too. I used my thinking thoughts to do that one. All right, I think I'm getting caught up here. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody. If I missed any super chats, I'm sorry. I usually try to get everybody. But I will do my best here. Let's see. Where did I leave off here? Okay, hold on. I should just search for Deus Ex. That was the last one I read. Okay, well, maybe there were a few more than I thought. All right, sorry, chat. 1 second. Okay, there were more than I thought. Oh, Jim, you lazy fuck. Okay. From Alden the Blue, well, screw work. If this hits my state and spreads far enough, maybe this will justify buying stockpiles of ammo. Well, you might as well just buy it anyway. Before those Virginia gun laws spread and you can't buy it from that day forward as it goes state to state. From Lordigal the Great, just watch it. It turns out the DSP is miraculously immune and has done absolutely nothing with that gift as everyone else gargles and chokes to death. Squidina, export your mal to Annie list. Okay, well, that would be one that I could do. The Crow 751, read Solo Leveling. I have read it. I'm up to the ant part, and I'm waiting to see what happens next. From Lurik L, Hawaii might be infected. Had a 103 fever 2 days ago. From Michael Ellis, hey Jim, how did you know Onai Master Kurosawa? Or how did you like Onai Master Kurosawa, the one about the fapping Death Note parody? Okay, so I enjoyed it. It's a journey of discovery, from degenerate to decent. It's about a young man with a perversion that overcomes that perversion through being forced to interact with his classmates because he's blackmailed by a sadistic nutcase emo cunt, and he becomes a decent human being, and he pulls his shit together. And I thought it was great. The N4SA Josh just got back from China and have been feeling sick for a few days now. Praise Corona-chan, praise Papa Nurgle. I'm going to go spread the good word. From Mr. Schwarzenegger, play Sexy Ladies by Goldie Lookin' Chain. I think I misread that. You want me to play the Golden Girls theme song? I mean, I can do that. I'm not sure why you're interested in the Golden Girls. It's kind of a weird TV show to be asking for, but I will remember that for the outro. From Carl, watch Log Horizon, Faggot, Databased, and Red-Pilled Seki. From Cyprus, read Sanctuary. It's about students who survived the Cambodian killing fields who come back to Japan to change Japanese politics for the better. From Captain Dubs, MRW the Boogaloo, doesn't kick off because of gun rights, but because of Chinese sweatshop diseases. Tell Daddy how big you are. This whole thing is another reason to hate China. This is right up there with their shitty, terrible written manga and whatever they call it. I'll be honest with you. I like the South Korean stuff, and I really like the Japanese shit. So manga and manhwa, I'm fine with it. But it's like every time I come across a Chinese version of this, it's the names that fuck me up. First off, every time the character names are always 3 names long. It's like Zhao Lu Bu, and everybody's got a name like that, and it gets really, it just fucks with my head when I'm trying to read it. Okay, you can't give me a story about swords and sorceries and being transported to some fucking era where there are dragons and Middle English towns, and your name is like Bing Chong Dao, all right? It just doesn't fucking work for me. They need to fucking pick a better name is what I'm saying. Change it to a Bob or a Johnny or something. You gotta give and take a little bit. The name hurdle's fucking me up. From RH, China has the most mandate of has lost the mandate of the heavens. Chaos will soon come. The real fallen demon. This shows the gamers were right all along. Region lock China in real life. From TLF, Digi T, Wufu cleans up overpopulated democratic fiefdoms. Live in rural areas and not relying on other places for food and water. Laughs and farmer prepper. Well, rural areas probably will be better off, but you're going to get flooded with city folk because they're all going to think the same thing. If shit hit the fan, the first thing everybody in the city is going to think is, I need to go to the country. And guess whose farm they're showing up on? Yours. So you're going to have a bunch of sick motherfuckers heaving into your well, trampling through your fucking fields, and knocking on your farmhouse door. From Cyprus, please Google Justia patents coronavirus. Also, Bill Gates funded a coronavirus exercise in 2019. Well, there goes Bill up to his shit again. Tis the happy Papa Nurgle has blessed us again. Well, he did. Edward Bernard's Battle Ratto gulp it down, Battle Ratto on the town, Battle Ratto feeling blue, Battle Ratto etcha-chew. Happy Big Virus Day, guys. From Sinek 8, try Kiss Manga. It have pop-up ads, but after you close them, they don't reappear. Now, do you mean Kiss Manga? Is that like a place to keep track of the shit you read, or is that a place to go read stuff? Because I just use shit like, well, I did use Manga Rock, but that's gone, I think, now. Like Manga Kakalot, Mago Nello, or something like that. There are a bunch of different sites to read it. I'm looking for one to organize a list on. Digital Bitch Slap. Cool, so you didn't die of cancer AIDS. Not yet. From MF, you motherfucker, you had to go and do a stream after I ordered Chinese food. Now I have to sit here and worry about their poop fingers getting SARS in my Kung Pao. Well, as long as you didn't kiss the delivery man, I think you'll be okay. From Luce D'Amato. Have you finished Vinland Saga? I highly recommend the manga. Thorskill and Askeladd are the best characters. From Death McDeath. I'm drinking Coronas to make this antibodies for it. That's smart thinking. From Sirenhead. Hey, Jim, what do you think about vanilla Pepsi? I don't really have an opinion on it. I think I've tasted it like once or twice. The one that's real shit is Crystal Pepsi. I mean, that's piss. Crystal Pepsi is just piss. If you've ever drinking a warm Crystal Pepsi, it's like torture from hell. From Seth Petra. This is how the World War Z book starts. Was Max Brooks a prophet? Probably. Mario Kart 13. Isn't hentai just beating it to her bush? Underwater Alex Jones. China's chief medical consultant for the Wuhan coronavirus is infected with the disease. Check Epoch Times. Oh, Alexa, play Isn't It Ironic by Alanis Morissette. Alexa, play it. From VeggieBad. Okay, guys, SARS, mad cow, bird flu, and H1N1 is a dud. Our predictions are right this time. From Shaggy. You know what, VeggieBad? Oh, you know what? You know what, with your sass? With your fucking sass, you're coming in here with your sass? Here you go.
All haters can suck my huge dick. Lol.
Yeah, this is it. This is the big one. Okay? I got faith in our girl. She's going to purge the world. She's coming in on hellfire and brimstone, and all nastiness is coming with it. Drive-by commentator, and to think the central bank were pushing China to be a world superpower, quite a big middle finger to the rest of the world. From Mellow E, Solo Leveling is a fun read for me. I enjoyed it. Tilth DigiDT, interesting fact, China has a tradition where son would eat his father's poop. If it was sweet, father would die. If not, he would live. Is this like a tradition they picked up from India? Like, is that it's a non sequitur you threw at me there. What? You're allowed to smoke inside, you lucky bastard. Oh yeah, that's called being a man. I don't ask permission. I'm a big boy. I do big boy things. From Tech 9 Clan 123, show him the gutter oil, Jim. Well, I can do that. We can show him the gutter oil. Would you guys like to see Chinese gutter oil? I showed you Chinese construction where shit just explodes. Let me show you some delicious Chinese fucking gutter oil. If you've ever wondered, whoa, God, you know those Chinese wontons I got in Wuhan? Oh, well, this one time I was in Shanghai, best street food I ever had. Let me show you the street food, how they make it. I think you're going to enjoy it. It's delicious.
It's all in a day's work for this woman. She opens up a manhole cover and scoops out as much slop as she can, delighted by what she finds. What others might view as revolting, she sees as a bonanza. She works in the streets of the southern Chinese city of Shenzhen, a foot soldier in China's so-called gutter oil industry. After more than 10 years in the business, she said,
"Oh, that's delicious. Oh, that's some yummy gutter oil. Oh, cook me up some wontons. Oh, that looks, oh yeah. Oh, warm it up. Oh, the smell of shit and toilet paper with my gutter oil. Oh, delicious." If you ever wondered what's going on in a Chinese restaurant in the kitchen, here you go. Oh, it's a good gutter oil. Oh, that's the good shit. There you go, chat. Now you know the dirty secret of Chinese gutter oil. From Steven Stromboli, no, not the Texarinos. Farmmaster Flex, maybe it'll spread to California and Mexico. Hope. Well, apparently LAX. From Jinx Lousy, now that Texas is fucked, we should let the migrant caravan into the U.S. so they get fucked too and spread it to the sanctuary cities and then the whole U.S. From the Turkish Zoo, check out Inju Goen Le Blue Girl. It's about a family friend. No, Le Blue Girl, isn't that a hentai? I'm not, okay. I recognize that name. I recognize the Blue Girl. Family-friendly anime about a high schooler, huh? Fighting demons, does she? Is it like Sailor Moon, but more G-rated? It's like the Disney version. La Blue Girl's like the Disney version of Sailor Moon, right? From Azura's Nova's video game music. First California liberals move to Texas, then Texas gets a deadly virus. Coincidence? Internet Bat, I have a Bulachan shrine, she's getting a sister. From Dyslexia I have. While we were worried about Corona-chan, South America is having a dengue fever outbreak. Even Paraguay's president is ill with it. Okay, you want to know what's really funny about that, Dyslexia? I'm going to show you what's really funny about that. Okay, this is perfect. I want to be clear on this. You're telling me that dengue fever has overtaken politicians in South America, right? I just want to be sure. Please tell me. Oh, come on. Where is it? Okay, here. Oh, come on. Please load. Don't do this to me. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm just going to read this one more time before I show you what I'm going to show you. Oh, okay. So, Dyslexia I have said, while we were worried about Corona-chan, South America is having a dengue fever outbreak. Even Paraguay's president is ill with it. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, there was another news article about dengue fever. What was that again? Oh, yeah, gay men are spreading it as an STD now. First time in history, sexually transmitted dengue fever now confirmed from gay butt sex. Not even making that up. So you can get dengue fever from getting ass fucked now. And you can thank a gay couple in Spain for bringing that gift into the world. So it's really weird after this article appeared like a month ago about dengue fever being spread through butt loving, that all of a sudden politicians in South America are suddenly coming down with dengue fever. Really makes me think. What's the president of Paraguay getting up to? I guess is what I'm wondering. I guess I'm curious now. Why would he be, what would be going on there? Is a little bit of ass loving, a little bit of fisting, a little bit of felching? Huh? Tossing salads happening down there in Paraguay? Eating the poo-poo? Yes, chat. The gift giver has found a new gift to give. I love the fact that how do you ass fuck a new disease is an STD? It's amazing to me. Chat, do you want to say, can I get a thank you, Spain, in chat for gifting the world with a brand new STD from butt loving? I think we all need to do that. I think the world needs to say thank you, Spain, for the butt version of dengue fever. Really important to get that message out there. President of Paraguay has dengue fever. I'm going to speculate it's because he got fucked in his ass by a Spanish man. See, everybody's thanking dyslexia I have. They're all thanking Spain right now. Thank you, Spain. Thank you, Spain, for this new gift you've given us. Really going out on a limb, Spain. From Keka Lother, doing my part for the great motherland to spread the virus. The country and the party assigned me to Japan. Cheers from Inner Mongolia. From John Bezier. Jimbo, can we get a font, or can we get in front? Can we get a front and center show of the greatest Coomer video, Life of a Coomer by Zach Dude? Maybe later on. I'm not sure. I'm trying to catch up on super chats, and I don't want to get too far behind. It's just the dengue fever one really popped into my head because, again, somebody butt fucked it into being an STD. Nick Fuentes loves cat boys. The new virus has a patent listed from 2015, and the patent just expired. Also lists a vaccine already, so it was lab created. Gets the noggin joggin'. From Benny, I wonder which Chinese Goddamn, I'm losing my ability to talk. I wonder what Chinese invention will kill at least half the world population first. A Wu flu or climate change. I'm sure Greta will stop climate change. She's got that gumption and moxie, I'm telling you. So I guess it's going to have to be the Wu flu. From Biggest Boss by 2020 starts with multiple apocalypses, cries in Australian, and will probably end with a civil meltdown when Trump is reelected. What a fun year. From Half a Horse. How was coup master Kurosawa? Their face when a cutie happa Italian Jap first chooses to lay with an Afro-looking soy boy nice guy TM. Over the MC. There's also an after-story light novel, but it's more romance shit. Yeah, that did kind of surprise me. A little bit, I'll be honest with you. From Johnny Booyah. I can confirm Lisa is in fact a slut. From Jolly Grapefruit. It's a bit late for the season, but have you checked out Gotta Be Drew's Christmas song, It's Christmas? I don't know if I have or not. It's not ringing bells, I guess. From Enkai Dorado. Don't forget that... I can't pronounce that. Betelgeuse? I'm sorry, my brain has gone retarded. After about an hour of super chats, I start to get a little tarded. A little water-brained. Is about to go supernova. We're in the actual end times now. From Satan, have fun moving to Texas, Jim, and Happy New Year. Ghost of Recon, F for College Station is 3 hours away. From Tooniest Tunes. Well, no shit, his wife's a slut. He's a Protestant. Com West 907, their face when God has to tell you you're a cuck. Rogue Internet Man. What is the best route to not get the Wu flu other than hiding from socialization? Not trying to get killed by Chinese bioweapons. Well, here's the thing. You've got a business opportunity. Let's look at the silver lining. If you get infected with the Wu flu and you live, you're now the motherfucker that is not afraid to go out in public. So everybody that wants shit delivered to their bunker, everybody that needs some errand run that they can't go out and do themselves, you can do, and do at a premium. You can be the Wu flu runner fleet. You're the guy that goes out and does the shit nobody else wants to in an epidemic, and you can make a fuck ton of money doing it. So you just print the business cards now and set up the website, and make sure they can pay online, and enjoy being a millionaire. From Darth Slater 1, live near Houston and I've been sneezing all day. From Ron Perlman, you should check out the video where Davidson is berating his wife on stage and yells at her that he wasn't trying to rape her. What? This fucking guy has a monumental amount of videos that are just nothing but pure gifs. Old Deaf Man, God is a sick Chinese man. From Jock Grassman, cough cough. Patrick Turner, big. Green hair, watch Plague Dogs. The British military is incompetent as 2 dogs escape from a disease facility and eat a guy. From John Zoldman, MD, Jim, I am a physician and this coronavirus is very concerning to me, if only for the fact that the Chinese are notorious for not being straightforward. Yeah, I'm not 100% certain how bad it is, but I don't trust the numbers they give. And watching them quarantine this much stuff and shut down festivities on one of their biggest holidays, it leads me to believe that they know it's worse than what they're reporting. And it leads me to believe that the number of infections is higher and the death count is higher. It almost feels like they're trying to butter the world up by very slowly introducing how bad it is. Like they're afraid just to say, oops, we fucked up. From Nurix, egg flu young. The reasonable extremist, fingers crossed, hoping Wu flu turns out to be xenomorphs like mushrooms and Alien Covenant. That would be metal as fuck, albeit painful. From Juicy Kisses, coronavirus, more like fucking kill an Asian virus. All right there, Chippa. Purple Oblivion, Varg is a snowing. Or, I'm sorry, Varg is a snownig. Permafrost, I live real close to LAX. Rip me, can I get an F in chat? Well, it was nice to know you. From T-Scott 07, Flutang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Arcade Outpost, I hate women and minorities. Mr. Meta, read Boku no Futsutsu no Tsuba. It's great. I bet you I butchered the shit out of that, didn't I? From Jelly Grapefruit, I'm a trucker and I just delivered to a place crawling with English literate Chinese men. Expect the next breakdown in North Carolina. Well, you heard it here first. North Carolina's fucked. From Spectrophile, been silently watching you since 2015. You're always a treat to watch. Thanks for the quality entertainment, Jim. Love you. XD. I'm sorry, XO. Well, thank you. From Breakdown Express, organized crime syndicates and the PRC are using diseased tissues dropped from Dro as into pig farming to drive up prices. Police are easy to pay off or are involved. Chickeny be dirty equals outbreak. Well, I've noticed with China, a lot of the news that I saw, I used to watch a couple of YouTube channels that would do reports on China and just like local politics and shit like that. And it seems like China suffers from, I guess you'd call it like corruption of the middle. That's not to say that, people at the very top aren't corrupt, but it seems like it's always regional management. You know what I mean? It's like the regional government, or it's the middleman that's always the obnoxious fuck that's corrupt. And because of that, the guys underneath them can never get anything done, and the guys above them never hear about it. And so I'd watch these channels talk about it, and they'd always have these stories about people getting fucked over, and they're getting fucked over by middlemen, and this corruption in the middle, and it seems like a fucking nightmare. I just don't trust China. I don't trust their numbers. I don't trust their intents. They've fudged information in the past, especially in regards to SARS, and I don't doubt that they're not doing that right now with the Wu flu. From Elongated Muskrat, I'm jooming. From Colton, given China's presence in Africa, how long before we hear of cases of Wu flu spreading across the continent? Ebola 2.0. Well, whatever you do, do not tell the fucking Africans that the Wu flu is now an extension of the Ebola Chan cult, because they won't be able to handle that. If you convince the Africans that the Chinese are now working for the Ebola Chan white cult, they will probably start an uprising or something. I don't think they could cope with that if those pictures started spreading once again. Only this time with Corona Chan. Probably not something they could deal with. I'm Old Greg. Eat bugs live in pods, or eat bugs live in pods. Eat bugs live in pods. Live in life. A Light in the Darkness Radio. Jim, how do I subscribe on Do You Have a Hazmat? I have not bought a hazmat yet. Robin Hackett, have you read Blade of the Immortal? You know what? I don't know if I have. Let me check. I will check to see if I read Blade of the Immortal. There was some sword story that I read. Am I going to be able to find this? Fuck. No, the last one I read was, this is I guess it's a manhwa webtoon. Actually, let me make sure this is even the right one. Yeah, I think this is the right one. Last one I read was Survival Story of a Sword King in a Fantasy World, which was about a dude who got, transported, truck-cooned his ass into a fantasy world, but the system glitched, and he got stuck on a mountain for 25 years fighting enemies over and over and over again, to the point where he almost just mental about it, until somebody noticed, oh shit, we left him in the starting area kind of thing. But I don't know if I've read the one you're talking about. From YouTube bot account 6942. I love you, Jim San. From Lechonai, Psalm 110:6. He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with the dead bodies. He shall smite the heads over many countries. From Bento Wellen. How much do I need to pay for you for a photon stream? Well, there should be archives of those already up. I've done, I think 4 photon streams, and then one stream where I interviewed Mandar, David Stay, talking about the show and just about him. They should be on one of the archive channels. Most people, for whatever reason, tend to archive stuff. From Pluton Black, Jim, an Asian girl passed out Rice Krispies at my school today. She literally whispered good luck as she handed me mine. She's trying to kill you, okay? I'm just giving you a heads up. She's going to murder you, is what she's doing. From Tay, Flu Manchu. From Counter-Strike, 9 in quarantine in San Francisco Bay Area. Watch out, all immune-compromised people. Oh, if this shit spreads in California, there's going to be a lot of dead motherfuckers. The Turkish Zoo, breaking China introduces no child policy by creating flu virus that kills everyone. Brilliantly solved the problem. From Guns Down Inhale, the only solution to the virus is gas, gas, gas. The Lone Marauder, I'm a casino dealer and I'm surrounded by Asians. On a scale of 1 to fucked, how fucked am I? You are definitely at the fucked end of the scale. From Jay, tuberculosis is a bacteria which is larger than a virus. N95 won't work. You need an N99 mask to stop this if you're lucky. Well, there you go. I guess you're going to have to... Everybody, if you're buying a mask, at least start with an N99. From Kyle Napoleon, here's some cuckbucks, you beautiful SOB. Just wanted to say, ching-a-ling-a-ling-a-ding-dong, a-chew, in honor of the Wu flu, Nuck Figures. From GeoStellar, DSP survives bankruptcy by releasing a bioweapon. From B. Vantelli 591, and here I was planning on going to Japan this summer, and this shit pops up. I guess I'll buy a hat instead. Thanks, China. From Eduardo Ramirez, get yourself a Wasser. I love Choppa, and she loves me. From Richard Gruber, tweezing the hairs out of your scrotum, red-pilled. From Dyslexia, I have an elite senior Beijing medical personnel held a meeting for a debriefing from a man returning from Wuhan. That man was just diagnosed and quarantined. Yeah, everybody's getting fucking quarantined, aren't they? From Spencer Caden, Jimbo, can you tell the TikTok horse to stop licking toilet seats? They're going to give us all the Tecket virus. Is that the new trend on TikTok, is licking toilet seats? Lovely. From Ryan, that song was Reddit, Jim. That song was amazing. How could you say that? From Mattman HD, Jimbo, you'd better not have the China butt flu. I need my weather report. From Legato Madi, Ugly Casanova, Parasites will be excited when you're dead. Would be awesome closer song. From Megadarish, Wuhan Fly, possibly in New Jersey. Tech 9, CN123, watch Fortnite hunting the nightmare bacteria. Or, I'm sorry, I said, okay, Frontline. I was going to say it'd be very weird to see that in Fortnite. But that's just my retarded brain going retarded. I'm sorry. From Alex Stindinsky. Keep mispronouncing my name, you alcoholic tater. Alex Statinsky. Is that right? Statinsky. I don't know what I'm doing here. From Rod Caldis. Did you watch Internet Historian's video on No Man's Sky? Would you still stretch Dini's pucker out for the last time if you had to talk to him again? That guy was just a dick. He was disconnected with his audience. Yes, I'm aware that Dino made some, well-received video games. I'm not denying that. But when I called him on his bullshit, he tried to push it all off on the publisher and say that developers have no responsibility for a shitty product. And as he's going off on his tirade, and you can see this on the stream, talking about how it's the, not the developer fault, it's the publisher and the money people, he gets a phone call from his publisher and then comes back and he looks like a beaten puppy. So I'm sure they told him to shut the fuck up. From YesMan244, have you seen Carol and Tuesday by Bebop Creator? No, I've not. Black Hebrew Israelite, don't trust China. China is asshole. From Slate Garner, Jim, you should read Dog Ninja. It's an Iseki whose dad is a basketball American that raped a cute pupper and gives birth to the title character. His life goal is to find his dad and rape him. That sounds like a complicated, that's something about the Johnsons level complicated plot. From Maximus Smith, Darth Harambe Pennywise Dingleberry the 14th is a punk. Zemeckis Lebowski just checked, the hats are made in Bangladesh. From Black Knight Jack, trust me, you didn't play that video on DLive or Stream Me. From YesMan2044, I'm on episode 37 of Legend of the Galactic Heroes in YouTube thing. I'm watching it on only says there are 64 episodes. Why does the original run have twice as many episodes? It should be like 110 episodes. I'm not sure why you're only seeing 64 of them. Maybe the playlist got cut. I don't know. YouTube sometimes purges shit. Not exactly sure, to be honest. From Timbertone, hey Jim, have you heard about the people of Puerto Rico are taking a guillotine to the governor? Apparently she was hiding emergency aid from them. Yes, I am actually aware of this story. There were supplies that were left for, in 2017 for the hurricane or whatever it was. Trump got blamed for not sending them. He said he sent them. And now they found 4 warehouses with all these supplies that were allegedly never there. And they're firing people because it looks like it's a bunch of corrupt assholes that... I don't know why they hit it. I'm not sure what possible reason they would have had to have done that. From Dyslexia I Have, when the blood fills your lung, kill the old and young, that's Corona. 113657, we've strayed too far from God, the world needs to be cleansed. All hail the coronavirus. From Jackson, hey Jim, Epstein Guard here, feeling a little bit sleepy. Anyway, I thought you should know, the head of the Chinese medical staff dude also got sick. Laugh my fucking ass off. From Nias888, you ever watch the anime or read the manga Black Lagoon? It's my favorite anime. If you haven't seen it, check it out. From YesMan2044, SOA is actually the worst case, or the worst, because you can overcome death through sheer willpower. From Zach Funk, Jim, I live in Everett, Washington. I'll be sure to wear your hat out to the ICU when I start aspirating blood. Well, it's a good way to advertise. I appreciate it. That's the Goku get 'em attitude that I look for in a customer. From Evil Frog 88, New Jersey hit, East Coast is done. All right, yeah, let's take a look at the newest update. Apparently the coronavirus is now on the other coast. Let's go take a look. Let's see what's popping up. Oh shit, you're not kidding. Coronavirus, New Jersey patient being evaluated for deadly Chinese virus. A patient at Hackensack University Medical Center was being evacuated Thursday night for possible infection with the coronavirus that originated in central China. The patient, a 25-year-old woman, was transported to the hospital on Thursday by the Edgewater Emergency Medical Services, according to EMS. What do we say here? What did she get from? Was she in Wuhan? Where was she? Okay, so that's 4 states, right? So Washington, California, Texas, and New Jersey. So it's on the West Coast, South, and on the East Coast. Thank fuck for the Midwest and the Arctic hellscape that it is, that we only have to deal with Somalia and tuberculosis. That's our burden. You guys get the death flu from China. We get tuberculosis. Yes, you're all fucked, chat. Do you know? Okay, okay, think about this, chat. I know that a lot of people have ducked out, obviously, at Super Chats, so we've lost a lot of people. That's understandable. This started, how long ago is this? How long has this stream been going? That can't possibly be right. 3.5 hours. Okay, so we've been talking for 3.5 hours. In the span of 3 hours, that's a state an hour. In the span of 3 hours, we started with just one state. In the span of 3 hours, 3 more states have been infected. So it went from just Washington, and then 3 hours later, it's Washington, California, Texas, and New Jersey. You see what I mean by how quickly this goes? It's just everywhere. It's global. There's no, even if some of these are misdiagnoses, it's spreading too easily. It's slipping through the cracks, and I guarantee you more people are sick. And you see the irresponsible people like that woman from China who is intentionally going around airport security. You're going to get people that just want to go home. I'm sick. I don't want to be overseas. Oh, it's going to be a fucking nightmare. From Caleb Lambright, says, words quickly as possible. You are a Nick, your Jim. From Victor Phantasm, DSP will be fine in all of this. Collectors can't collect on DSP if they're all dead. DSP wins again. From Jay, Dengue, just one little prick. Eduardo Ramirez, DSP confirmed he has the coronavirus. Well, hopefully the antibodies he produces will save us all. From Ant-Man, virus in New Jersey, pray for me. From Toxic Muffin Games X, hey Jim, have you heard of Ascension Wiki? I don't think I have. I'm Old Greg. Based Greta said Star Wars fans are man-children. Yep, and they love a show inspired by Legos. That's what she said. Mr. Schwarzenegger, the song is called Sexy Ladies, and it's GLC. From Gree People, had to miss a stream, have a cough and a headache, will watch, achieve. From Malik P, can you be a woober? From Pulse 01, Jim, if you had immunity, you could just sell your blood. Well, my precious bodily fluids, I need to keep them. From Rod Howard, safest thing you can do right now is stay inside. Buy Fallout 76 to help pass the time if you don't buy it. I swear the Woo Flu will visit you. From Bento Woolen, I meant another photon stream, nigga. And finally, X Epic X Yoshi X. This reminds me of a DSP quote. In China, they say, Chang Wang, Chaka Chaka Ching Chong Stufu. He predicted this, Papa Jim. All right, and I think we're finally caught up. I'm sorry, I missed 1 or 2 here. Pulse 01, give it 4 more days for the dead to start rising. Oh, a great zombie apocalypse. I think everybody's looking forward to that. Nemesis Raccoon, feels good to be in Nebraska and somewhere that no one wants to go. Yeah, I'm going to say North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Montana, shit like that's going to be good. From Cactus Media, hey, is it true Emily Yukas had a kid? I actually don't know. And from Boolin Fools, Rip Boogie 2988, first confirmed death from coronavirus in U.S. The end is nigh. All right, chat. Well, I hope you enjoyed 48 hours of Super Chats, but we did get an hour and 15 minutes of a normal stream. I'm front-loading it. I'm getting better at front-loading it. But I'd pay attention. I think China's lying about the numbers. This shit's spreading everywhere. They're quarantining people. I don't know how deadly it's going to be. Who knows? Maybe it stays at a 3% kill rate. Maybe it raises up to 5 or 10%. But if it's highly spreadable, if it's very virulent, and it gets to 5% kill or 10% kill, it's going to be a fucking mess. And I think China really is honestly covering it up. Is it some fucked up bioweapon that escaped a lab? Maybe. Is it something that they got from eating bats? Potentially. I don't know. But again, in the span of the 3 hours I've done this stream, this fucking disease has shown up in 3 more states in the U.S. They're already talking about 14 potential cases in the U.K. It's all over Southeast Asia. The only country safe right now is North Korea because they shut their borders down. The Australian guy, he had it, and then he didn't have it, and maybe we're going to test him again. So I don't know. It seems right now the only... Oh, and France has it, so that's kind of Eastern Europe. I'm sorry, Western Europe. So, I mean, that leaves, like, Russia, parts of Eastern Europe, maybe potentially parts of South America and Africa that are safe, and Antarctica. Everybody else is getting kind of fucked right now. We'll see when the first case pops up in Canada, and I guess go from there. But let me put on some outro music, something upbeat. Oh, we need something upbeat, Chad. You know what? I got the perfect song. It's awful, but it's great. So let me put up the little scroll here. Have a good night, chat. Hopefully I'll see you again. Hopefully we're all alive in a week. Remember, stay away from coughing people. And if shit goes crazy, stock up and run for the hills. Fuck society, live it out. And then we can all dispose of their bodies later and be super rich when we take all the shit from their house because they're dead. You gotta think ahead. All right. Have a good one.